Good evening, everyone, and welcome to West Mifflin High School, where tonight on the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, it's the Class 5A WPIAL Semifinals between the Penn-Trafford Warriors and the Upper St. Clair Panthers. I'm Dave Floyd, and alongside me for tonight's broadcast is Sean Benjamin, and we want to welcome you in to the FSQ Sports Training Pregame show here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. FSQ Sports Training in Level Green will help to take your game to the next level. Again, Dave Floyd alongside Sean Benjamin. Glad to have you along as we get you set for this semifinal matchup, Penn-Trafford and Upper St. Clair. The Warriors come in as the top overall seed in the Class 5A bracket, 10-1 on the year, co-conference champs out of the Big East Conference. Their fourth semifinal appearance in the last 5 seasons. And on the other side tonight, the Upper St. Clair Panthers, the 4 seed in this year's tournament, the champions out on the other side of Class 5A in the Allegheny 9 Conference. And Sean, when you look at this game, it's a bit similar to last week, where you look at these two teams, and maybe you could give Penn-Trafford a slight edge on paper, but at the same time, this is a very strong Upper St. Clair team, a tough team with a program that has a lot of history, a lot of tradition, and a head coach that's been around for a while as well.
Definitely, yeah. This is a team that's always prepared, pretty experienced team when it comes to this time of the year. They're always ready to go at this time, and at one time, there wasn't a semifinal for many years that didn't have Upper St. Clair in it. So now they're coming around again. They're coming back, and they have one of the best coaches in the state of Pennsylvania running the show.
Yeah, no question. Jim Render at the helm for Upper St. Clair in his 39th season. If the Panthers can go on and win the WPIAL championship, he'll be the first in WPIAL history with 400 career victories. So certainly a good man at the helm for the Panthers. And, of course, head coach John Ruane in his 8th season as head coach for the Warriors. Penn-Trafford, as we mentioned, the top overall seed in Class 5A last week in the quarterfinals, a 28-21 win over Fox Chapel at Warrior Stadium. Penn-Trafford didn't hold a lead until the fourth quarter, but that's when the Warriors outscored the Foxes 14-0 to survive and advance after giving up a touchdown to Fox Chapel on its opening drive of the second half. PT took the ball with 7:44 on the third quarter clock and didn't give it back until the early stages of the fourth. They went 87 yards on 16 plays and 8:36, and Cam LaFoon found Anthony Cervone from 8 yards out to tie it up. And then after the Warriors' defense stopped Fox Chapel on fourth down on the ensuing drive, it was breaking loose for a 36-yard touchdown run that proved to be the difference. That was John Gay. And the Foxes' offense had a chance in the waning seconds, but Cam Suman got just enough on Nick Gizzo's Hail Mary as it hit his hands, hit the receiver's hands, and fell incomplete. But Penn-Trafford showed a lot of mettle in that one, as you mentioned throughout the broadcast, showed why they are the top team in Class 5A, being able to fight off a number of leads from the Foxes and still be able to pick up the win.
Mm-hmm. That's what a top team does. Top team, they take the punches and they roll right with it. They respond in different adversity throughout the game. The pick six to start the game, different things that happen throughout, and they responded each time, and we're able to pull, keep it close, and then pull away at the end. And that's what a top team does. It's hard to put away a team like that. You really have to be on your A game for 48 minutes, and that's what USC has to do tonight.
Yeah, no question about it. The Panthers, by the way, as I mentioned, the 4 seed in the Class 5A bracket. Last week, a 6-3 win at home over number 5 Franklin Regional in a battle of the Panthers there. Each team scored once, but Upper St. Clair had the game's only touchdown, and that was just enough in a tough defensive struggle. USC's offense advanced the ball inside the Franklin 25 on each of its first 2 possessions, but fumbled on the first drive and then turned it over on downs on the second. But finally, midway through the second quarter, USC got all the points it needed, went on a 4th and 4. Their quarterback, Jack Hansberry, connected with Chris Pantelis for a 16-yard touchdown, and that would be all that the Panthers, the Upper St. Clair Panthers, that is, would need in that one. And that's the type of game that you have to imagine that you were going to see between those two teams last week, and Upper St. Clair got the better of Franklin Regional.
Yeah, the tough defensive battle. Both teams, play they play a run style which chews up the clock, and they rely on their defense a lot. And with Franklin Regional, I mean, that's what you come to expect with them, a great Blotta team. And, Jim Render team is virtually the same. So both teams, you figure it was going to be low scoring. You definitely want to take the under in that game for sure. But, finished the way it should. But, and that's what makes it difficult tonight, because the Warriors have to be aware you have a pretty good defense on the other side. It's not going to be a cakewalk at all.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Two good defenses again here tonight in this one. So as we roll on here in our FSQ Sports Training pregame show, when we come back, it's the semifinal edition of the Coaches Show, as I'm joined by Penn-Trafford head coach John Ruane. That's just ahead right here on the FSQ Sports Training pregame show. It's the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Give your taste buds a taste of Italy by biting into a slice of pizza at Dom's Pizzeria in Trafford. Voted by the readers of the Tribune Review as the best pizza in Trafford, Dom offers 17 unique toppings for you to choose from. Also try Dom's specialty pizzas, all made with 100% olive oil. Dom's Pizzeria also has wings, hoagies, calzones, wraps, and pasta, all at affordable prices. Eat in or take out, and we deliver. Call 412-372-DOMS. Cabot Avenue in Trafford, and a proud sponsor of tonight's Warrior Player of the Game.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, hey, what's up, buddy?
I'm receiver Nico Santamar, and this is Warriors Football on Westmoreland Sports Network.
All right, sir. Good luck tonight, man. We need it. One of our cameras on.
Welcome back to the FSC Sports Training pregame show here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. It's now time for the semifinal edition of the Coaches Show, and I'm joined as I am this week by Penn-Trafford head coach John Ruane. Coach, congratulations on the quarterfinal victory over Fox Chapel. As expected, though, it certainly wasn't easy against the Foxes. I have to imagine your team's experience paid off a bit in the game in which you trailed on three separate occasions and didn't lead until that final quarter.
Yeah, your senior leadership took over. We felt good the entire way. We didn't feel like the game was slipping away at any point. We just had to make some more plays than we were making. It didn't help that we started from behind the pick six early on. So, once we settled our feet a little bit, I was really happy we answered that pick six with a drive that went for a touchdown. We kind of played even from that point forward until the fourth quarter. So, credit Fox Chapel, terrific team, well coached, very physical, with a dynamic quarterback who gave us a lot of trouble.
Coach, particularly in that first half, as far as the ground game went, it seemed like you held your quarterback in check for the most part, but their big-bodied tailback, Michael Morris, was able to break off some decent chunks on the ground. Was it his size that posed the biggest challenge for your defense?
I think size and athleticism by both the guys in the backfield. They have two guys who can run the football, and they both did a very good job of that all season, obviously. And then just early on, we just didn't, I guess we didn't match their intensity or whatever it might have been. But we were able to settle that down as well. We kind of shut down the running game for the better part of the game.
Now, one of the things that I noticed on a couple of occasions, while he also delivered a few blows of his own, as he always does, Cam seemed to take a few shots on defense in order to try to bring Morris and Gizzo even down as well. Does that pounding on the defensive side ever wear on him to the point where it affects what he does as a quarterback? I can't say I've noticed it to this point, but you obviously have a much better perspective on that.
Oh, ideally he gets a break. I mean, there's no secrets there. You don't want your quarterback taking a pounding, but I mean, he's so important to our defense like he is to our offense. And we made the commitment early in the year that we were going to go with him on D because he was, one of our top three linebackers. And, at this point, we got to do what we got to do. And Cam's a big part of that. And he's so intelligent, so physical on both sides of the ball, so cerebral and gets everybody lined up on each side of the ball. I mean, he's been a tremendous asset, and the physicality is a part of the game. We had to slide him in a little bit more to the inside because of Nico Rosso's injury. So it's just difficult. It is, but he's what we got, and we're going to keep rolling with it, and hopefully he stays healthy.
And, Coach, 23 passing attempts for Cam as well. That's a few more than we typically see from him. Was that simply a byproduct of the game and the circumstances, or was that part of the game plan coming in to attack Fox Chapel and their defense through the air?
Both. I think that we put ourselves in some third down and long situations, and obviously that dictates some throwing. End of the first half, we had a lot of plays there, and that was probably a ton of passes as well in the 2-minute drill. But ultimately, we have a full-scale pass plan every week that we will go to if we see fit. We definitely had a tougher time running the ball against Fox Chapel than we had weeks past, but I thought that opened some creases in the passing game. So we always have to be ready to do either or. Friday just dictated a little bit more pass than normal, but we're okay with that. I mean, 23 passes isn't an overly insane number, not even for us. We've definitely done a lot of that in the past, so it's not concerning by any stretch. I mean, we feel comfortable with our pass game to do that.
Coach, that final pass play from Fox Chapel, I have to admit, I thought for a second it might have had enough air to clear both defenders in the area. Were you holding your breath a bit as Cam Suman got a piece of that and then it still deflected off the receiver's hands?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that Gizzo kid was really good for Fox Chapel. He made a ton of plays with his legs and kept plays alive like that one. We were a little disturbed. We thought they got away with a hold on Caleb Lisbon. He had a blitz on and thought we could have got there clean. But, Cam Suman got enough of it. They made a play, and that was great. We figured if they got that, they would have gone for 2, so it would have been real gut-wrenching at the end there.
Now, you mentioned Nico Ross's injury earlier on, and his first game out, of course, Logan Hawkins' first game back. How did Logan feel, and will we see him even more on both sides of the ball against Upper St. Clair?
Logan felt pretty good. There was no drawbacks. He's practiced all week. And we're still going to play that by ear. Right now we are satisfied with him playing defense. We think our offensive line's done a pretty good job, and he's obviously the next guy in. But we certainly would not hesitate to rotate him in a little bit, or if things aren't going well, give him a shot. But we're definitely happy with his progress. We feel like we made the right choice with him and not rushing him back, and hopefully going to pay dividends.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the Panthers, and I have to ask you first about their head coach. I did the math, and you're only 330 wins shy of catching Jim Render on the all-time list. How much respect do you have for him, and how has he been able to be so successful over the decades?
Well, I mean, the respect level is through the roof. He's the best coach in the history of the WPIL. I mean, there's no arguments from anybody, probably. If there are, I'd like to see a good argument. They're so meticulous with details. You can tell you're not going to fool them. You're not going to outflank them. They're always going to have an answer. Their offense always has answers. They do a great job of blocking. Their backs have great vision. And they're absolutely deadly on special teams. I mean, I've seen them over the years on film blocking multiple punts in a game, blocking extra points, and just getting edges any way they can. I mean, it's impressive to watch. Him and his staff obviously just put in an incredible amount of effort and time. And they know the game. I mean, nothing phases him. Most likely, he's been in every possible situation. It's impressive. I mean, it's it's a little humbling to coach against him in a semifinal game because he's such a legend in this area.
Yeah, I can certainly imagine that. And looking at some of his players this year, offensively, Franklin Regional held Upper St. Clair to just 6 points, but that offense features a dual threat quarterback. They've got 3 wideouts with a bunch of catches, a running back with over 700 yards. So what's going to be the key to slowing down that unit?
Well, I mean, I think their quarterback is definitely the key. Like you said, he's dual threat. He has a terrific arm. He's put a lot of post routes on the money for big plays. They like to throw slants, and they have good route runners that get their hands on the ball and make plays. And they have a 700-yard rusher. I'm not sure how many yards the quarterback has, but it's a lot. I would say they're kind of similar to us in that regard. They'll snap the ball to the quarterback and let him run, tailback lead the way, which is kind of like what we like to do as well. They're deadly on offense. I mean, they had a struggle last week, but they've been really good all year on offense with a dual threat guy. And like I said, really good blocking up front and an active offensive line.
Now, defensively, what and who has jumped out at you on tape from that unit?
Well, I think their defensive line is the strength of their defense. They get off the ball quickly. They do a lot of stunning. They don't stay blocked. They'll twist. They'll spin off of blocks. So we really have to have great technique. We got to play lower than them. We got to stay engaged on them so we can give our back some creases. But they cover well in the secondary. Their linebackers are good tacklers. I mean, they're all around really good on defense. I would argue that's the strength of their team. Every position on the field is a strong point for them.
And just listen to you answer the last few questions. And one of the things is I hear from other coaches about your program is just some of the discipline that your guys have, and just listening to your answers in regards to Upper St. Clair's team. Do you see some similarities in the two?
Well, I think that both teams play really hard. You can tell both teams have good senior leadership who they don't want to lose. I'd like to think we don't make a ton of self-inflicted mistakes, and they certainly don't. Like I said, we have to be urgent in every phase of the game. Like I said, I've seen them block so many kicks over the years and have great returns and pin teams deep when they punt and kick off. It's just like the fine details of the game. You have to win that battle, especially in the semifinals, but especially against Upper St. Clair. So I guess we're similar. I'm not going to compare myself to him by any stretch, but I think we do a lot of things the same way and probably have the same mindset.
We're looking at the keys to a victory and a berth in the championship game. Is the special teams maybe the key, or what is it going to be on Friday night?
Well, I mean, it's definitely one of the keys. There's no question about it. You cannot give this team field position. You cannot give up a touchdown on a block kick or a return or anything like that. We definitely have to play within ourselves on special teams and take care of the details. We're going to have to not turn the football over. We cannot start with a pick six like we did last week because it'll be deadly. So we're going to have to definitely control the football. We're going to have to make our possessions count. Obviously, they want to possess the ball and churn the clock a little bit and, have their offense on the field. So our offensive possessions really have to count. And defensively, I think the most important thing is covering these posts and slants and just tackling in general. I think Fox Chapel got away with a couple plays because we did not tackle terrific. But for the most part, I thought we did tackle very good in that game. But the 3 or 4 that you don't, they can burn you. So I would say those would be the keys.
Well, Coach, thanks as always for your time, and good luck against the Panthers.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to it.
You've been listening to the Coaches Show as we get you set for the WPIAL semifinals between Penn-Trafford and Upper St. Clair. Back with more of the FSQ Sports Training Pregame Show after this on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
The Manor Valley Golf Course and Export is proud to announce the opening of their new banquet facility. It's perfect for sports banquets, Christmas parties, and weddings. This new facility can hold up to 180 people, so if you have an event coming up, Manor Valley Golf Course can host it. Golfers, they specialize in league play, fundraising outings, and have great membership rates. Give them a call at 724-744-4242 or online at manorvalleygc.com.
Don't let this winter season take its toll on you. Let Level Green Plumbing and Heating help. Whether you're in need of a new heating system or just repair services or preventative maintenance, Level Green Plumbing and Heating skilled technicians can handle any job. Serving the Penn Township and surrounding area for over 30 years. It's Level Green Plumbing and Heating, Route 130 in Level Green. To find out how they can help you this winter, call 412-372-5544 or lgph.com. Go Warriors!
This is linebacker Matt Wilkie, and you're watching Penn-Trafford football on Westmoreland Sports.
The FSQ Sports Training Pregame Show rolls on here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Westmoreland Sports Network. Take a quick look at the other Westmoreland County teams in action tonight. Just 3 remaining in the WPIAL WPIAL playoffs, in Class 4A semifinal rematch, Thomas Jefferson against Bell Vernon. The Leopards advanced with a 42-7 win over Mars last week. And then in the Class 1A playoffs, of course, another game on the network tonight. Number 6 Rochester against Jeanette at Peters Township. The Jayhawks 49-0 over Monessen in the game last week. And of course here, Penn-Trafford and Upper St. Clair, Class 5A semifinals. The winner will play the winner of number 6 seeded McKeesport against number 2 seeded Gateway. That contest going on at Norwin. Same start time there, and so I'm sure a lot of folks would love to look ahead at that potential rematch with McKeesport or even a rematch with Gateway as well next week. But obviously you got to take care of business here first against the Panthers.
Yeah, definitely don't want to look ahead, but yeah, both matchups would be enticing for either way you look at it. Just with the Gateway factor is always a big game with Coach Ruane and the staff and the PT guys. But and then McKeesport, you definitely want to get back at them, but definitely don't want to overlook because Upper St. Clair is a very worthy opponent, and they proved this year by beating West Allegheny 22-21, playing a lot of tight games and winning tight battles, that they are battle tested and they deserve to be here.
Yeah, no question about it. Just looking at the history between these two teams, Penn-Trafford has never beaten Upper St. Clair. The Panthers have won each of the team's 5 meetings. The two programs opened the season against one another from 06 to 09. Panthers winning each of those, and then of course the big one back in that 97 championship game, a 1-point loss for the Warriors. And then two of us were talking earlier today, and Penn-Trafford also has never won in this stadium either, so a couple of streaks to try to break for the Warriors.
Yeah, definitely 0-2 in this stadium, and 6 or 0-5 against USC Lifetime. So yeah, definitely two things you want to get over tonight. But the biggest key is to start fresh, start early. No mistakes to start the game, because last week we saw the pick 6 to start the game. That's definitely they don't want to play from behind, and they don't want to have to fight back the whole game like they did last week. Start fresh, get on top early. Looks like the offense will be out first, and we'll see what the offense has cooked up.
Yeah, as you mentioned, and as Coach Ruane mentioned in his pre-game interview, you certainly don't want to get behind 6-0 on a pick 6 in the first couple of plays. But that's going to do it for our FSQ Sports Training pregame show. We are just about set for kickoff here at Titan Stadium in West Mifflin. The Warriors will get the ball first. Set to kick off here for Upper St. Clair is Sean Martin, the junior place kicker, 5'8", 155.
Are you ready for some football?
And we are underway here from West Mifflin. A short kickoff. Going to be muffed initially there by Caleb Lisbon, and he has to dive on the football close to the 16-yard line, and he is able to do so, but the sophomore unable to advance it any further than that.
Yeah, a little mistake to start the game. With the weather being, it says real feel, 21 degrees out. This is probably one of the colder games that these players have played in before. Plus a little nerves being the semifinals. But here we go, offense, 1st and 10.
Penn-Trafford will start at its own 16-yard line. Cam LaFoon, of course, in at quarterback for the Warriors. John Gay, the running back, to start things off for Penn-Trafford. LaFoon looks over to the near side with 2 on the play clock, and the give is to Gay on the first play from scrimmage, and picks up a couple yards before he runs into Harvey Roush and company in the middle of that Upper St. Clair defense.
Yeah, Harvey Roush, good-looking player for USC. Number 99, he's a junior. Comes in with 70 tackles this year, 5 sacks. Definitely a player they want to be aware of. Start off with the inside zone to start off. Get a few yards, but 2nd and 7, manageable down, 1st, 2nd down.
Warriors break the huddle here, similar formation on 2nd down. It's Cam Suman in motion for Penn-Trafford to the near side. Play action this time. Pass is complete to Dimitri George on the near side, and George up close to the 30-yard line, and the first down for the Warriors as they move the sticks.
Quick hitch play That time, going Dimitri George matched up against Tom Cow, the defensive back senior, 5'9", 165. Nice little quick hitch to get the chains moving.
11-yard pickup there for Penn-Trafford. And so the Warriors have it 1st and 10 at their own 30. 3 wide receivers off to the left this time for LaFoon. They're going to run it that way with Gay. Some room to run as he tries to get around Kissinger on the outside. Kissinger is able to pull him down, but not before another first down carry from John Gay. 10 yards, and the Warriors move the chains again.
Outside zone that time. Offense line got down to the second level. You can see him reaching down onto the linebackers. Good block by Suman on the outside to force him to get him out. USC coming out in a 4-3 cover 2 look and adjusting to the strength call.
1st and 10, Penn-Trafford, ball at its own 40-yard line. Similar formation here again, even to the short side. Now they bring Wilkie in motion to the near side of the field. Give us to Gay off the right side this time, and pickup of a couple. First guy in on the stop that time was Colin McClendon, and I'm sure we'll call his name plenty tonight.
Yeah, tough linebacker there for USC. One of their top players, top tacklers. He does a nice job on both sides of the ball. We'll definitely hear a lot from him tonight.
Yeah, starting tailback for this Upper St. Clair team, also a returning all-conference linebacker. All-conference as a sophomore, so certainly a quality player, as Sean said, for this Panthers team. 2nd down now, LaFoon to throw, complete to George on the far side. Another Penn-Trafford first down as he drives into Upper St. Clair territory. And LaFoon to George for the 2nd time.
Yeah, that time they moved Dimitri George to the other side of the field. Had a matchup against Jesse Farah. He's a 5'11", 175 junior, leads the team in interceptions with 3 picks. But Dimitri George, that's their big play guy. 26 receptions this year for 368 and 3 touchdowns. Good play to move the chains.
Yeah, if you had to ask me coming in, I certainly would have said that Cam Suman would have been that go-to guy, and he had some injuries as well, but George has led the way for this Penn-Trafford team on the receiving end as Gay gets another carry here and picks up about 4 yards to set up a 2nd down and 6 for Penn-Trafford.
Yeah, outside zone that time again for Penn-Trafford. Gay getting upfield, the offensive line getting down on the next level. Looks like backside end, look like Roush having a tough time squeezing down and keeping that to a shorter gain.
Opening 3 minutes here from Titan Stadium in West Mifflin, still scoreless as Caleb Lisbon comes in to take the direct snap for Penn-Trafford. Up the gut initially, cuts left, gets away from one tackler before Roush finally brings him down at the 29-yard line. But a big pickup once again, 13 yards from Caleb Lisbon.
Yeah, nice carry there for Lisbon. You kind of know what we're going to see when he comes in the game. But that time, coach has given him the liberty to choose which side he wants to go to, and a nice carry.
And the Warriors quickly out of the huddle here. Lisbon still in the backfield to take the direct snap. 1st and 10 from the Upper St. Clair 29. Lisbon off the left side this time. And to him first was Jake Slinger, but Lisbon is able to pick up about 3 yards on the carry, and it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Same formation that time for Lisbon. That time he's taking the zone weak side the last couple of plays. Getting the strength call going the other way and then going zone to the weak side. Getting them in manageable situations for a 2nd down.
A 2nd and 7 here with LaFoon back into the game. Gay behind him, and Gay gets the carry, starts right, cuts left, and the Upper St. Clair defense is there on that play. Once again, Harvey Roush in on the stop for the Panthers.
Yeah, Roush coming down to squeeze it down, but initially, number 50, Jack Burton, he's one of he's their top tackler with 82 tackles this year, made a good job breaking through off the block and stuffing it in the backfield, keeping it to a short gain. This is the first 3rd down for PT tonight.
Yeah, Gay may have even lost a yard on that carry, so it's going to set up a 3rd down and 8 here for Penn-Trafford. 3 wide receivers and a tight end left for LaFoon, and LaFoon now motions Lisbon out of the backfield. LaFoon to throw, looking over the middle, pass is complete. Cam Suman first down at the 15. They needed 8 And they got 14, and once again, Penn-Trafford with a first down.
Nice play to the big senior, Cam Suman, 20 receptions, 364, and 2 touchdowns this year. This time they had 3 receivers to that side, little crisscross with Lisbon and Cam Suman, and brought them on the in route for the first down.
All the way down to the 15 on that 12-yard pickup. Cam LaFoon to Cam Suman. First down play now, empty set for LaFoon. He's going to keep it off the left side and get down to about the 10. Nice pickup on first down to set up a second down and 5 from the 10.
That's what makes it difficult for any team defending this Penn-Trafford offense. Yeah, when they see Lisbon come in, you kind of know what it is, but LaFoon can do the same thing too. And that time he just took a direct snap, played the zone play, and got a nice carry, 2nd and 5.
And I think we've really seen him ramp that up in the second half of the season too, even more carries than we did maybe early on, with the
Especially
exception
the
of
last 3 weeks.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, as the games have gotten tight. Nothing here. 5.5 minutes in. Penn-Trafford driving here. 2nd and 5 from the 10. Gay the handoff off the right side. Tries to get to the edge, and he gets inside the 5 down to about the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Penn-Trafford at the Upper St. Clair 4.
Yeah, first down play again, that time outside zone. Looking for a block from George. George got a little hung up, couldn't get the block on the outside, but it gives the Warriors 1st and goal at the 4.
Penn-Trafford now, count them up, 12 plays on this drive, already with 5 first downs, and looking to punch it in here inside the 5.
And only 1 third down so far. Very good.
Very efficient drive for this Penn-Trafford team. Warriors have now taken 6 minutes off the clock. LaFoon going to try to take it in himself, and he falls forward at the 1, so he picks up 3 there. That'll be 2nd down and goal from the 1.
Nice carry, direct snap. Get that zone play to LaFoon. Like we said, he's ramped it up the last few weeks and can get that call, and that gives you a 3-headed monster with LaFoon, Gay, and Lisbon.
Into the end zone for the touchdown, Penn-Trafford. Warriors are able to go all the way down the field. And no, they're going to come up just short. Well, initially, just about everybody on the Penn-Trafford side signaling touchdown, but
Warriors hurrying up on the ball.
LaFoon came up just short. He's going to try to take it in himself, go quick here at the line, and he is going to try to take it in himself. LaFoon driving forward, and this time he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn-Trafford. Cam LaFoon from about a half-yard out, and the Warriors up 6 early.
Nice drive to start the game for the Warriors, where we have 14, 15 plays on that drive. Nice job to start it off. Only 2 third down tries. That's the way the Warriors won. Efficient first drive.
Cam LaFoon, it took him a couple tries, but he made his way into the end zone as Nick Tarabrella comes out to attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold from LaFoon, and the kick is up and good. So Penn-Trafford on a long opening drive takes the lead. 7-0 Warriors lead it. Back with the kick in a moment on the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
At Aesthetic Family Dental in Harrison City, our #1 priority is you, our patient. For the past 16 years, Aesthetic Family Dental has cared for our community by putting our patients first, and I'm proud to continue that tradition. Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Hansen. I was born and raised in Westmoreland County and spent the last 5 years working locally in a private practice setting. At Aesthetic Family Dental, we provide many aspects of dentistry, such as crowns, root canals, bondings, white fillings, and dental cleanings. Come in and see us soon. And of course, go Warriors.
For over 30 years, people have looked to us to be experts in orthopedic and sports physical therapy. And that is true. What a lot of people don't know is that we cover the gamut of age and condition to offer physical therapy in a number of different ways. We have specialists in hand therapy, concussion management, vestibular imbalance disorders, and total joint replacement. We transform lives every day.
Our focus is on your result. East Suburban Sports Medicine. Take it from me, Bill Hillgrove. It's the best care, hands down.
15 plays, 84 yards, and 7:07 in Penn-Trafford with an impressive opening drive on top, 7-0 early here over Upper St. Clair. Nick Tarabella has it teed up for the Warriors, and low line drive kick is going to go right past, Colin McClendon and into the end zone, and it'll be first down and 10 for Upper St. Clair as the Panthers start their first offensive drive of the night.
Very impressive drive there for the Warriors. Capping it off with Cam LaFoon on his 1-yard run there. He came into the game with 101 carries, 645, and 7 touchdowns. That ends up being his 8th touchdown of the year.
You can see the first carry where he didn't quite get into the end zone there, and on the next one he was able to punch that ball in. So first down here for Upper St. Clair. McClendon on the carry, and Will Mayer with a big hit after Jake Cardiff able to get things started down low, and the Penn-Trafford defense with a big hit on first down.
Will Mayer does a great job all year on his pursuit. Comes right down the line, getting after the football, and lays a big hit there on McClendon. Cardiff and Mayer hit him at the same time. Nice job for the Warriors, 2nd and long.
2nd and 9 from the 21. As I mentioned once in pregame, Jack Hansberry, the quarterback for Upper St. Clair, really the guy who makes this offense tick, can throw it and can run it. Gives off to McClendon there on 2nd down. And nice run there on 2nd down to set up a manageable 3rd down for the Panthers as McClendon gets out close to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, nice job for McClendon to adjust. He didn't see anything, bounced it outside, and a good job by Wilkie to track him down, or he might have had some good space down the sideline.
And you can see McClendon coming up a bit gimpy after that one as he was dragged down low. A 6-yard pickup, 3rd down and 3 at the 27.
Yeah, definitely awkward anytime you get caught from behind like with the legs like that.
Hansberry in the gun, going to throw it on 3rd and short. Now he's going to pull it down, try to run for it. Suman right there, but it does look like Hansberry is able to get 3 when he needed 3, and Upper St. Clair will convert on 3rd down.
That's the thing with Hansberry this year. You watch tape in the past few weeks. He will pull it down and take off. He's not afraid to go after it. You know, he doesn't see something, he'll pull it down and take off, and gets first down there on 3rd.
A tough play for Suman there. He's right at the sticks. Not much he can do as Hansberry's just able to get down and pick up exactly the yardage he needed. 1st and 10, 3:04 to go, opening quarter. Warriors on top by 7. The give to McClendon off the right side. Penn-Trafford does pretty good job stringing that out, but McClendon's able to dive up over top of the pile to get out to the 33-yard line for a pickup of 3 yards on first down.
Upper St. Clair goes with outside zone there, a wide outside zone. Tries to get it as far out as he can before he cuts it upfield, and the Warriors did a real good job of stringing it out, but he did get the tough yards to get 3.
2nd and 7 here. Shotgun again for Hansberry. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it this time off the right side, and he's met just about right away by Cam LaFoon. A little help from Mitch Nedley as well, and a short 1-yard pickup there to set up a 3rd down and 6 for Upper St. Clair.
Mitch Nedley doing a nice job coming in. With Logan Hawkins being hurt here the last few weeks of the season has come on. He has 40 tackles coming into this game, 2.5 sacks. He's doing a nice job for the Warriors on the defensive line.
Nedley, as we mentioned last week, first-year player, so he's certainly come along, I'm sure, as the season has progressed.
A real nice job.
3rd down and 6. Hansberry to throw, and it's incomplete off the hands of Tommy Kyle. Good coverage on the play by John Gay, and it's 4th down coming.
Little slant route to Kyle there. He hung it up a little bit there, and Kyle seen the safeties closing down on that. You see here the little slant inside on Gay. Little high. Plus he could see linebacker coming after him too.
I was going to say Jake Cardiff wasn't far away, and I'm sure that memory of his hit with Will Mayer on the first play wasn't far away either.
Right.
And it's 2 guys back to receive the punt. It's George from about his own 27-yard line, takes it up over the 30 before he's wrestled down by a few Upper St. Clair players. And Penn-Trafford back on offense here again. 1:34 to go in the first quarter.
Good start here for the Warriors. They get the nice long drive to start the game, but then come out and bounce out USC real quick. Good start. See what they have here on the second possession.
Yeah, no question. 7-minute, 15-play drive. It's hard to ask for much more from your offense to start things out. 6 plays and out for the Upper St. Clair offense. First and 10 from the 32 here for Penn-Trafford as the Warriors lead 7-0 in the first quarter. Here's Gay off the right side and a nice pickup to the 39-yard line. 7-yard gain on first down.
Warriors trying to go fast. They see USC going with a wholesale change to get to their strength, and they're trying to catch them off guard here real quick.
They do go quick. It's Gay again off the right side, but a nice tackle there in the open field by Matt Kissinger. And Gay's going to come up. Well, he's going to be right at the sticks. They give him 3 yards exactly, and Penn-Trafford another first down.
Kissinger is a senior safety here. Comes into the game with 57 tackles and 2 interceptions this year. Nice job coming up on Gay, but he was able to get enough for the first down.
1 minute left in the first quarter.
Inside a minute to play here, opening quarter. Penn-Trafford up 7-0 here in the semifinals, Class 5A action. Suman in motion for the Warriors. And now Suman comes back across the formation, going to take the little flip from LaFoon and pick up yards up to the 47-yard line, so a 5-yard pickup on, I would say, moderate trickeration there from Coach Ruang.
Yeah, nice job there on the reverse. You see a great block here by Mitch Nedley, taking out number 50 Burton there to give the hole to Suman, and he was able to get upfield and get a nice gain on first down.
Cam Suman going to check here. First carry of the year from the senior. It goes for 5 yards.
That's going to be the end of the first. Good first quarter for the Warriors, definitely dictating the time of possession.
Yeah, no question. Started out with a 7-minute drive and a touchdown, and now the Warriors on the move again. 7-0, Penn-Trafford leads it. Back with the second quarter in a moment here on the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Hi, Westmoreland County football fans. This is Chad Ammon, president of the Westmoreland County Chamber of Commerce. At the Chamber, we open doors for businesses every day, providing our members with the tools, programs, and opportunities they need to grow. By helping our county businesses reach their goals, our community's overall quality of life is enhanced. Call 724-834-2900 or visit westmorelandchamber.com for your company to become a member of the Chamber of Commerce. The Westmoreland County Chamber of Commerce, building business, connecting communities, and empowering people.
Back for the start of the second quarter here. Penn-Trafford and Upper St. Clair. Second down and 5, and Cam LaFoon carries for a yard. So Penn-Trafford will now have third down and 4 from its own 48-yard line.
Personnel change. Warriors bringing in a couple of receivers. H-backs out. On this third down, this will be their third try. They're 2 for 2 tonight.
Trying to keep that percentage up here. Gay is the running back behind LaFoon in the pistol. It's Suman in motion. LaFoon to pass. Finds Suman on the out route near side. Makes the catch and the first down for Penn-Trafford. Kissinger drags him down, but not before he gets all the way to the 37-yard line. 15-yard pickup on 3rd and 4.
Yeah, that time USC brought the blitz. They brought 6. LaFoon does a nice job standing in there and getting the ball out to Suman quick. Nice call on third down. Warriors moving again.
LaFoon 6 of 6 to start the contest. Very efficient here in the early going. Gay motions out of the backfield this time for Penn-Trafford. LaFoon to throw again. Get deep down the right sideline. Jump ball almost on the far side of the field, intended for George, and it's going to be incomplete. That was Tom Kyle on the coverage for the Panthers.
Yeah, that time LaFoon took a shot downfield. Ball hung on him. USC only bringing 4 that time, but ball hung on him there, and George really didn't have a chance. Just kind of had to play defender there. Make sure he didn't get a pick.
Second down coming up here for Penn-Trafford. 2nd and 10 on the 37 of the Panthers. Pistol formation again here for Penn-Trafford. Play action. LaFoon's going to keep it up the gut, and LaFoon drives forward to the 30-yard line. Nice pick up there for Penn-Trafford, 7 yards on 2nd down.
Yeah, nice job there. That time they tried to go with a quarterback counter. Blitz to the strength that time. Kind of messed it up, but LaFoon able to get upfield and get a nice gain on 1st down.
Number 7, Anthony Serbone on the line for Warriors.
Third? Yeah, it's confusing there for a moment as it is 3rd down. They had 2nd down on the sticks for
reading the sticks.
A moment. And so 3rd down and 3. LaFoon's going to keep it off the right side, and he is going to pick up the 1st down all the way down to the 24-yard line. Needed 3, got 6, and once again, the Warriors convert on 3rd down.
4 for 4 now on 3rd down. Nice job by the Warriors. Just a little direct snap outside zone. Good push up front. Nice job with the block for Logan Hawkins there. He had a nice block on Slinger, the junior, with 67 tackles this year.
1st down and 10. Penn-Trafford, Warriors up by 7. 9:35 to go in this 2nd quarter. Lisbon takes the direct snap up the middle, room to run, and he's going to go all the way. Caleb Lisbon, 24 yards, and the Warriors up 2 scores.
Nice job by Lisbon there, just a little inside zone. Got the direct snap, went right up the middle. He had a little help, could have been an ISO there, but a nice job by Lisbon to get up through and find a crack. Had a little motion there by the H. Kind of was the lead blocker there. And he found his way upfield, found that crack for the touchdown.
Extra point attempt here by Nick Tarabrella. Kick is up and good, and so Penn-Trafford, another efficient drive, and the Warriors lead at 14-0, 9:25 to go, 2nd quarter here on the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Up is progress.
Possibility.
Trees. Big old trees. Up is a national leader in mobile technology. Up is a world-class performing arts center.
Up is 94% job and graduate school placement.
When up is what you're after, look to Seton Hill, a nationally recognized Catholic liberal arts experience that will push your life and career to the highest point possible.
You can't make this stuff up.
This is Penn-Trafford second baseman Avery Wayne, and you're watching Westmoreland Sports Network.
Nine plays, 68 yards in 4:09 is the drive for Penn-Trafford. Caleb Lisbon caps it off with a 24-yard touchdown run, and Penn-Trafford 14-0 on top here over Upper St. Clair in the Class 5A semifinals as Nick Tarabrella tees it up and kicks it all the way to the end zone once again. Second touchback for Tarabrella, and Upper St. Clair will get it started 1st down and 10 from its own 20.
First 2 drives for the Warriors, very efficient. Got the quick score, the nice long drive, and a nice score by LaFoon, and a nice long drive there, and a score by Lisbon. That's Lisbon's 11th touchdown of the year. did a nice job this year as a sophomore for the Warriors.
Yeah, no question. He's really come on as that, I guess you would say, 1-2 punch with John Gay, and then you throw LaFoon in there as well for that Penn-Trafford rushing attack. Well, 1st and 10 here, Upper St. Clair, as the Panthers look to respond. Hansberry hands off to Sapulio on the far side. A little jet sweep there, it appeared, from Upper St. Clair. Picks up a couple. 2nd down and about 8 for the Panthers.
Quick jet sweep there to Sapulio. But Cam LaFoon comes up and makes a nice tackle there in space. Definitely don't want to see the quarterback taking too many hits, but he's one of those guys. He's a quarterback, but he's also a linebacker. Used to be a full-time linebacker until his brother graduated, but he does a nice job out there on defense.
And not the first carry for Sapulio. That's his 11th on the season, so for St. Clair has utilized him in that role a bit. Hansberry to throw here, and he hooks up with Sapulio up to the 29-yard line. So an 8-yard pickup there, and Upper St. Clair about a yard short of the lead stick.
Yeah, Sapulio comes in as USC's leading receiver with 32 receptions, 502 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He's a 15.7 average. Good-looking player, out in space catching the ball.
No question, Sapulio will do the punting for Upper St. Clair. He also plays a little outside linebacker, so certainly someone we'll see in all 3 phases. Here we go, 3rd down and 1, and we've got flags flying here.
Catch him on the delay. Nope.
And it's going to be a false start against Upper St. Clair, and that'll back them up 5 yards, and a break there for Penn-Trafford. A 3rd and 1 goes to 3rd and 6.
Yeah, bumps them back a little bit. This is USC's 3rd try tonight on 3rd down. They're 1 for 2 coming in.
We're more than 4 minutes gone in the 2nd quarter. Just the Panthers' 2nd drive here with how long those Penn-Trafford drives have been in this first half. 3rd and 6, ball back at the 24-yard line of Upper St. Clair. Here the Penn-Trafford fans getting into it here on the home side of the field. Back to pass is Hansberry. Catch is made by Chris Pantelis, but he's going to be a yard or 2 short, and it's going to be 4th down coming for Upper St. Clair.
Chris Pantelis, he's the 2nd leading receiver for USC. 27 receptions, 400 yards, 6 touchdowns. Little comeback route there, but short. They weren't able to get it. It looks like the punt team's coming on for USC.
Yeah, only ended up picking up about 4 yards. I thought they'd give him maybe at least an extra yard for forward progress, but nothing doing there, and you got to bring the punt team out now. So Sapulio drops back to punt, as I said. Anthony Servone still backing up inside his own 35-yard line, and the punt is very short. Penn-Trafford's got to get out of the way, and it's going to go backwards and be down almost right where that play started. And so a break for Penn-Trafford there. Great field position here for the Warriors.
Yeah, 4-yard punt there. Not what USC wanted there on the punt. What definitely wanted to get it out of danger. And the Warrior offense, who's looked very efficient on the first 2 drives, comes back out.
So Penn-Trafford will get it started at the USC 32-yard line. And the Warriors a great opportunity, as you said here, to be able to extend this to a 3-score advantage. 6:37 to go, opening half, 14-0. Penn-Trafford leads it. Stifler in motion for the Warriors. Here's LaFoon to hand off to Gay, and Gay tries to power through Roush there, and he does pick up an extra yard or so. Once again, good 1st down pickup by Penn-Trafford. They've been doing that all night long.
Yeah, nice carry on 1st down. Number 55, Dante Greco, came across for USC, but Lisbon too quick. He just put his foot in the ground and got upfield quick to get the 5-yard gain.
2nd down and 5 now. 4 wide receivers for Penn-Trafford on 2nd down. LaFoon's going to throw here on 2nd down. Oh, he's going to pull it down and run with it. 1st down and more inside the 15, dragging tacklers with him inside the 10. What a run from Cam LaFoon, a play that started all the way back on the 27-yard line. He took it down to the Upper St. Clair 8.
Yeah, Cam LaFoon not seeing anything. Tucked it down and took off, and that's what he does. He has that second dimension that can get him some nice yards, and that's why he comes into the game, with 645 yards rushing this year. Not afraid to tuck it and go.
19-yard pickup for LaFoon. Warriors already up over 100 yards as a team. First and goal from the 8. LaFoon hands to Gay, tries to get around that left edge and stumbles down. Might have picked up a yard, maybe not even that. It'll be second down and goal.
Yeah, that time Warriors going outside zone. Tried to bounce it outside a little bit. It looks like he lost his footing a little bit. Had a little bit of trouble last week with the footing, but
I thought the same thing when I saw him go down there. He's too fast for his own good, maybe every once in a while. So they do give Gay about a yard there. The second and goal from the 7. By the way, first update from Norwin, scoreless early on between Gateway and McKeesport. 14-0 Penn-Trafford here, looking to add to it. LaFoon inside the 5 and across the goal line. Cam LaFoon from 7 yards out, and it is a 3-touchdown advantage for Penn-Trafford.
Nice job there, just the outside zone. That's that dimension that we talk about, tonight and every night. They bring the motion across.
And
flag down.
Are going to bring this one back. Flag down against Penn-Trafford, and that'll back the Warriors up all the way to the 19-yard line.
Big break for USC there. Turning into a second and goal at the 19-yard line.
So cancel that run play from Cam LaFoon. Scratch everything out on the stat sheet that you might have put down. Second and goal now from the 19. LaFoon trying to set up a screen to Gay. Gay with some room to run inside the 10, and he's tackled from behind at the 5-yard line. That was James DeOlius that brought him down, and Penn-Trafford got all that yardage back and then some.
Yeah, John Gay becoming that screenplay, that other guy, in the second half of the season here. That gives him his 9th reception. He came in with 130 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. It just gives another threat and another option for this Warrior offense.
3rd and goal from the 5 as the clock ticks down inside 4 minutes to play, opening half. LaFoon in the gun, takes the snap. Looking to Servone. Servone makes the catch, tries to reach for the end zone, but there's Kissinger again to bring him down at the 1-yard line. 4th and goal from the 1 here in decision time for Coach Ruane.
Similar play we saw last week down at the goal line, that wide receiver screen. Last week they bumped out Servone in motion and brought him back in the middle. That time just brought him from the outside receiver, but gets it down to the 1-yard line. Looks like the Warriors are going to go for it.
Yeah, I don't think it was much of a decision for Coach Ruane there. 4th and goal from the 1. 2 wide receivers to either side. Gay is the deep back. LaFoon's going to keep it himself off the left side.
I'm not sure he got it there.
Yeah, right at the line.
Upper St. Clair holds on the 4th down play.
And it is going to be Upper St. Clair football. LaFoon might have got a half yard, but he needed a whole yard, and the Warriors turn it over on downs.
Yeah, tough break for the Warriors there. They get the touchdown, gets called back, then they get down to the 1-yard line and get stuffed at the goal line. Definitely what you don't want to see, but defense has to come out. Don't want this to be a momentum builder for USC. There's 3:11 to go. They got to get the big stop here, get the ball back before half.
I'm sure Coach Ruane was thinking he's got all the momentum. Let's try to punch it in here and really give the gut punch. Just couldn't quite get that 1 yard. 1st and 10 from inside the 1 for the Panthers, and a good job by Hansberry this time to pick his way through a couple would-be tacklers and get out to the 5-6 yard line and give the Panthers a bit of breathing room.
Definitely want to be aware of Hansberry on the ground. I know that it's been a surprise for USC this year. He's a good passer, but he does come into the game with 145 attempts, 636 yards rushing, 4.4 average, and 10 touchdowns. So he's done a nice job. Definitely got to be aware of his running ability on offense.
Yeah, no question. Best that 4.4 average with a 6-yard pickup on first down. Now he's going to keep it again off the left side, and he's going to pick up a first down. And so Upper St. Clair is able to move the sticks here in a fast-moving first half, inside 2:30 to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, just getting that little outside zone. He has a convoy out there getting him the yards he needs for the first down. It's like the receivers coming in, big boy out. More of a spread set here.
Yeah, back-to-back 6-yard pickups for Hansberry. First and 10, Upper St. Clair at its own 13. Fakes to the motion man. Hansberry keeps it himself for a third straight play. Good tackle there defensively for Penn-Trafford. Anthony Cervone up on the stop for the Warriors.
Cervone with a nice tackle there. Come up from the safety spot to make the tackle. They faked the jet sweep. He came back with the quarterback counter. But Cervone does a nice job to come up and make that tackle, keeping it to a short game.
Yeah, pickup of 2, second down and 8. Clock now inside 1:45 to play, opening half. It's only been a 37-minute half to this point. Moving quickly here as McClendon is going to pick up a couple yards, but not much. Cardiff and LaFoon once again on the stop, and Penn-Trafford going to call a timeout here and take a quick one, too. 1:29 to play, opening half. Penn-Trafford leads at 14-0 on the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Trib Live has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment, lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
This is lineman Logan Hawkins, and you're watching Penn-Trafford football on Westmoreland Sports.
.129 to go in the opening half. Penn-Trafford leads Upper St. Clair 14-0. The Panthers face a third down and 7 from their own 17-yard line, Third down and 6, I should say.
We mentioned on that last play before the timeout, Jay Cardiff coming up and making a nice tackle. He stepped in the last couple weeks for the injured Dom Rosso and has done a nice job at linebacker.
Yeah, we thought we might see a little bit more of him, and we certainly have. You're right, he's played well. Big completion here on third down. Hansberry to Sapolio all the way out to the 28-yard line. 11-yard pickup, and that's a big first down for the Panthers.
Nice out route. Just getting 10-yard out route there for Sapolio, and does a nice job stretching, pushing the defender upfield, getting some depth, and gets outside and gets a nice catch for the first down.
You and I were watching him pregame, and he can certainly spin it. Jack Hansberry, there's no question about that.
That's a real nice one.
Down, ticking toward a minute to play. This one sails a bit maybe on Hansberry, but no, he puts it right where he needed to, and it's Tom Kyle on the reception for the Panthers.
Yeah, nice job. Nice throw there. Tom Kyle comes in with 17 receptions, 325, and a touch. Nice catch by Kyle and a good throw by Hansberry. He's on the far hash and throws it across the field to the far sideline and does a nice job getting it where it needed to go to set up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, shame on me. I thought initially when it left his hand it was going to be a bit too tall, but put it just where he needed it to, out of the reach of the defender and into the arms of Tommy Kyle. Second down here, Hansberry to throw again. Pressure coming now. He's got to scramble out to his left, flag down, and it looks like maybe one of the offensive linemen were a bit too over-aggressive with their arms. And by the way, we'll have to double check this, but I believe Logan Hawkins is in there wearing number 44 tonight.
Yes.
He's He's confused me on a couple plays, but different jersey number, same guy out there in the middle of that Penn-Trafford defense.
Yeah, they've had him in a couple times at H-back, being that lead blocker on that one that Lisbon broke. He's a lead blocker, but does a, definitely once you take a look, he's not hard to miss.
Yeah, there's no question who that is. So Logan Hawkins, if you're watching from home and are used to that 66, just a different number here tonight as Upper St. Clair went backwards there on the holding call. Now the Panthers back inside their own 20, and here's a first carry for Antonio Orsini. A nice pickup there by Orsini. Almost gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and another timeout here by Coach Ruane.
Orsini comes in with 32 carries, 119 yards and a touch. He's another third team or the third running back on this team, with Hansberry and also McClendon.
Yeah, each of those guys with plenty of carries to this point, but of course McClendon and Hansberry have led the way offensively. We talked a little bit in the pregame about the success of the Panthers head coach Jim Render. This program in particular, 5 WPIAL titles in Class Quad A, tied with Mount Lebanon, Woodland Hills, and Central Catholic for the most all time. So trying to get back to the WPIAL title game, but for the first time in Class 5A.
Yeah, he's done a remarkable job through his 39 years. 23 conference titles in 39 years. I mean, that's just very impressive. He has 5 titles, 11 appearances in the finals. There was also a joke at one time that USC had their own locker room at Three Rivers Stadium, with all the times they've been down. Also 2 state titles. Just a remarkable coach and a great career for Jim Render.
Yeah, I was looking back at a stretch of time, and I'll have to check my notes on it here. It was from 88 to 97. They made the championship game in 8 of 10 seasons. So I think that may be what you're referring to, where it seemed like they were in those locker rooms just about every year. And trying to get back to, this time to Heinz Field as Hansberry rolls out to the right, and it's intercepted. Cam Suman picks it off at the 32-yard line. He's going to try to reverse field all the way across and tries to get over the defender, and he does. Cam Suman, 32 yards on the interception return, and Penn-Trafford up 20-0.
Nice job by Suman. That time he read the out route and stepped right in front. He got depth as his outside backer. They went back to that out route that they had on third down a couple times ago, and that time he read it, stepped right in front, and took it the distance for the touch.
And you have to imagine that Hansberry may never have seen him there, as it looked to me that he had his eyes set on his man making the out route, and we'll take another look at it here. Suman came underneath and picked it off. Might have been more around the lines of a 33-yard return, and there's an injured player on the field, and we'll see, I believe it's right at the end of this one.
Tackle.
Suman bowled over I believe it was one of the linemen for Upper St. Clair, and it was Phil Elias, excuse me. And Elias is able to walk off the field under his own power, which is good to see. But Penn-Trafford, what a play at the end of the half. Good use of the timeouts by Coach Ruane, and got points as a result.
And the defense bails out the offense for not getting a touchdown. They get that touchdown back defensively and get it to 3 scores before the half.
Nick Tarabella back to attempt the extra point.
Tarabella on to try the PAT.
That kick is up.
And the kick is up and good. So Penn-Trafford with the late defensive touchdown, up 21-0, just 32 seconds to go. Second quarter. Back in a moment on the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
For up to the second Westmoreland County High School football scores on Friday nights this season, follow us on Twitter at WestmorelandSN or get updates on our scores tracker on WestmorelandSports.com. You can also follow us for links to broadcasts and stories, pictures, breaking news, and a lot more. A huge thank you goes out to our staff back in the studio who's tweeting scores right now on at WestmorelandSN and updating our scores tracker on WestmorelandSports.com.
My name is Terrell Pryor, NFL wide receiver. Training at FSQ, I always knew that Tim was a very savvy route runner when he was at Toledo and when he was at Penn-Trafford. That's somebody I wanted to reach out because I knew he could teach me the basics. From, Mr. Cortazzo, Tim's father, to Chris Rasky, they're a dedicated family, all about sports. And I think with your athletic ability and hard work, there's no way you can't move forward.
21-0, Penn-Trafford leads at 32 seconds to play in the opening half. Cam Suman, a 33-yard interception return for a score as the kickoff goes into and out of the hands initially there of Brandon Shearer. Shearer recovers, and Upper St. Clair will start a drive at about the 28-yard line, just 25 seconds to play.
Yeah, USC gets the ball to start the second half. We might see just a kneel on it after the interception, but they are bringing in the receivers on this package, so we might see a play here just to see. But a good first half for the Warriors. Warriors trying to get to the third final in school history. Coach William trying to get to his sixth in his coaching career. Starting off well.
And handoff to McClendon. And McClendon will take it 7 yards on first down there. LaFoon on the stop for Penn-Trafford. And we'll see if Upper St. Clair allows this to tick down to triple zeros. And it looks like the Panthers will do just that. So Penn-Trafford 21-0. The Warriors on top. When we come back, we'll break down the first half and then send it to our weekly halftime show. It's the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Visit the Glass City Stained Glass Restoration and Gift Shop in the heart of downtown Jeanette. They offer endless possibilities of stained glass colors and textures with a large selection of lead, copper foil, tools, and equipment. They repair and restore churches, your home, or your business. The Gift Shop has sun catchers, night lights, stepping stones, photo art, and more. Imagine beautiful stained glass windows in your skylights, family rooms, or foyer. They also offer stained glass classes. Stop by the Glass City or call 724-527-CITY, online at theglasscity.com.
Give your taste buds a taste of Italy by biting into a slice of pizza at Dom's Pizzeria in Trafford. Voted by the readers of the Tribune Review as the best pizza in Trafford, Dom offers 17 unique toppings for you to choose from. Also try Dom's specialty pizzas, all made with 100% olive oil. Dom's Pizzeria also has wings, hoagies, calzones, wraps, and pasta, all at affordable prices. Eat in or take out, and we deliver. Call 412-372-DOMS. Cabot Avenue in Trafford, and a proud sponsor of tonight's Warrior Player of the Game.
The Manor Valley Golf Course in Export is proud to announce the opening of their new banquet facility. It's perfect for sports banquets, Christmas parties, and weddings. This new facility can hold up to 180 people, so if you have an event coming up, Manor Valley Golf Course can host it. Golfers, they specialize in league play, fundraising outings, and have great membership rates. Give them a call at 724-744-4242 or online at manorvalleygc.com.
Don't let this winter season take its toll on you. Let Level Green Plumbing and Heating help. Whether you're in need of a new heating system or just repair services or preventative maintenance, Level Green Plumbing and Heating skilled technicians can handle any job. Serving the Penn Township and surrounding area for over 30 years. It's Level Green Plumbing and Heating, Route 130 in Level Green. To find out how they can help you this winter, call 412-372-5544 or lgph.com. Go Warriors!
At Aesthetic Family Dental in Harrison City, our #1 priority is you, our patient. For the past 16 years, Aesthetic Family Dental has cared for our community by putting our patients first, and I'm proud to continue that tradition. Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Hansen. I was born and raised in Westmoreland County and spent the last 5 years working locally in a private practice setting. At Aesthetic Family Dental, we provide many aspects of dentistry, such as crowns, root canals, bondings, white fillings, and dental cleanings. Come in and see us soon. And of course, go Warriors!
This is defensive end and tackle Will Mayer, and you're watching Penn-Trafford football on Westmoreland Sports.
Nothing. Penn-Trafford on top at the half over Upper St. Clair in the Class 5A WPIAL Semifinals. Take you through the scoring in that first half. Penn-Trafford got the ball first, and what an opening drive it was for the Warriors. 15 plays, 84 yards, and Cam LaFoon took it a yard and 2 carries, so he got it in on the second attempt. Thought we had it in on the first, but took him twice, and on that second time he was able to power through, as you can see here on the replay, squarely in on that second try. After 1 first down by Upper St. Clair on the Panthers' next drive, the Warriors defense forced a punt and took back over. The offense did, that is, took over at the 32-yard line. 9 plays, 68 yards, and it was Caleb Lisbon from 24 yards, following big Logan Hawkins in at that H-back position. And once he got through that first level of defenders, there was no catching Caleb Lisbon as he took it in for another touchdown for the sophomore. 3 and out for Upper St. Clair on the Panthers' second possession. Penn-Trafford took back over, drove it down inside the 5-yard line, had a penalty, dropped them back. They scored a touchdown. It was wiped out. And then the Warriors, were able to get down inside the 1. 4th and goal from the 1, but Upper St. Clair came up with a big stop, as you see the a touchdown run by Lisbon one more time. So the Panthers took over, thought that momentum changer potentially for the Panthers, but instead on the next drive for Upper St. Clair, late in that opening half, Hansberry rolls out to the right, tries to throw the out route. Pass is intercepted by Cam Suman, yes. And Suman takes it all the way across the field. And you can see right at the end, bowling over Phil Elias inside the 5-yard line. And we'll see here at the end, the ball comes out just at the last second. And I believe they ruled that it was a touchdown initially by Suman, but Jake Cardiff did look like he was able to fall on it anyways. And that was basically how the scoring ended. 1 play for Upper St. Clair on its last drive, and that was it. But if you're head coach John Ruane, 3 offensive possessions, 3 touchdowns, and whether or not you scored on all 3 offensive possessions, you get the defensive one to make up for it. And man, what a way to start for Penn-Trafford.
Yeah, extremely efficient. Long drives, keeping the defense fresh. They're working their way down the field. They're 8, 9, 10, 12 play drives. And doing a nice job chewing up the clock. It was a quick first half, but a very efficient first half. The defense playing lights out, like they have all season. And definitely clicking on all cylinders here in the semifinal game.
Yeah, no question. Just taking a quick look at the stats. Penn-Trafford right around 200 yards of total offense. And John Gay, Caleb Lisbon, Cam LaFoon all right around 40 yards rushing. 4 different receivers making catches for Penn-Trafford. On the Upper St. Clair side, not a whole heck of a lot doing. 48 yards on the ground, 29 through the air. And so the Warriors, as Sean said, certainly shutting down this Upper St. Clair attack. But for now, we're going to step aside and send it to our Trib Live High School Sports Network halftime show. And then when we come back here in the booth, we'll get you set for the second half. Again, halftime score, Penn-Trafford 21, Upper St. Clair nothing. Back in a moment on the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
The Alter G is a revolutionary piece of equipment that allows a person either walking or running to function at a fraction of their body weight, which takes the weight off of their joints and allows for pain-free activity. Cardiac patients impaired by hip or knee pain are now given the opportunity to walk to exercise their heart. To walk on air, now that's truly magical.
Return to your activities quickly and safely. East Suburban Sports Medicine. Take it from me, Bill Hillgrove. It's the best care, hands down.
This is running back John Gay, and you're watching Penn-Trafford football on Westmoreland Sports.
We welcome you to the halftime show sponsored by Gateway Health here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. I'm Don Rebel. Student teacher Chris Harlan is here. I call him student teacher because we are going to be handing out some grades.
It's that time of the year.
Yeah,
we're coming up on the end of the semester.
You know, I was, we were probably at the end of the semester last week, but we got so caught up in all the playoff euphoria. I don't want people to think we forgot to hand out final grades. We gave out midterm reports earlier. Let's get to the final grades. We'll start at the top, Mr. Harlan. We'll start in Class 6A.
How about we give Pine Richland an A in astronomy? Because when you look at this team, nobody came into the season with more star power than these Rams. And you look at the offense, it starts with Phil Dracovic, the Notre Dame commit. But they've been able to take that star power, and they've kind of lived up to expectations so far.
Yes, they have formed a perfect, what is that, Little Dipper? Big Dipper? Whatever. Yes.
I'm going to give an A in geography to Central Catholic, North Allegheny, Penn Hills. Because when you look at 6A, again, it came down to geography this year, where it was the Northern 7 schools that all made it to the semifinals once again. Same last year, where the Southeastern Conferences went 0-4 in the first round of the playoffs. This year, again, it was the North. So give those teams an A in geography. And one more in 6A, I'll give you. How about Mount Lebanon? I'll give them an A in health, especially to wide receiver Aiden Kane, who was probably one of the best stories this year. A senior who missed his sophomore and junior seasons with knee injuries both years, came back this year and really showed what he can do when he's healthy. Went out and set WPIAL regular season records for receptions and yards. Ended up the season with over 100 catches and 1,700 yards total. What a story this year he was.
Yeah, came out flying on that first day of school and never relented the rest of the semester. How about Class 5A?
How about an A in physics to Gateway? Because when you look at that offense, I don't know if there's anyone more dynamic right now than Gateway. And that offense is always in motion.
Ah, okay. Very good. I couldn't give you any laws of physics, but that I know that worked. That's very good. Nice.
How about geometry? An A for McKeesport. Because when you look at that offense, it doesn't quite have the same shape as the other offenses you see in the WPIAL. But they make it work. And when the Tigers run, they're definitely good at their angles.
Yes, the flex bone.
It is. Call it the flex bone, call it the triple option, whatever you want to call it.
It works.
It works.
Yes, indeed.
Another one in there. How about Penn-Trafford? I might call them the most improved student, because here's a student that a year ago missed the playoffs. That team didn't make the 5A playoffs.
Right.
This year they come back, have a great year, and get the number 1 seed in the 5A playoffs. And they're playing Upper St. Clair tonight in the semifinals.
Yeah, we sort of forgot about that. It was a rare miss of the postseason for the Warriors in 2016. What do you got in 4A?
South Fayette. I'm going to give them an A in statistics. It's a little bit of a college course there, but
they're advanced enough,
they
right?
They are. But this is a Lions team that now has a 57-game regular season winning streak. That moved them ahead of those great Braddock teams from the 50s who had won 52 in a row. And they're now getting close to that record that Aliquippa had. They won 62 in a row from 2009, 2016. So that's a regular season record that South Fayette could be challenging next season. How about another one in 4A with Bell Vernon? I'm going to give them an A in U.S. history. Because when it comes to teams here, I don't know if anyone knows more about Thomas Jefferson than Bell Vernon.
Oh, okay.
They've beaten now twice in the last 3 years. They beat him in the regular season, got him this year, and now they're playing him again tonight in the semifinals.
Trying for 3 out of 4 over the former presidents. I don't want to confuse everybody and think we're talking about Wash High. That's in 2A, and that's coming up. When the halftime show continues, Here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, sponsored by Gateway Health.
I like catching fish with my son, but I sure don't like a health plan that comes with a catch. That's why I'm good with Gateway Health for medical assistance. They give us access to the highest quality health care from the doctors and hospitals that we want. And when you have something that good on the line,
you don't let it get away.
I'm good with Gateway.
Go to I'mGoodWithGateway.com to find out why so many people say
I'm good with Gateway.
It's the grand opening of Freedom Pizza and Deli, located at 10339 Perry Highway in Wexford. Satisfy your cravings for gourmet pizza, wings, rolls, burgers, calzones, wraps, gyros, hoagies, sandwiches, wedgies, and pasta. Dine in, take it out, or get free delivery. Open 7 days a week, serving Wexford, Franklin Park, Ingomar, McCandless, and Bradford Woods. Freedom Pizza and Deli, located on 10339 Perry Highway in Wexford. Call 724-719-6751.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Halftime show sponsored by Gateway Health here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Don Rebel, student teacher Chris Harlan. I call him Mr. Harlan when we're giving out the final grade. So, Mr. Harlan, what about Class 3A Final Four tonight?
I'm going to give Aliquippa an A in creative writing. This is going to be a class that Quip's coach Mike Zmianek would know well, being a former English teacher. But you look at this Aliquippa team, they're a group that so far has written a really good start to their story this year. Now we're going to see what the final chapters of it hold. I mean, they got to Heinz Field last year, didn't win the title. Are they going to get back there this year for a 10th time? Are they going to win the title this year? The fairy tale ending for the Quips would be an undefeated state championship, something the Quips have never done before. They've won state titles, but had always lost one or two games along the way. So I think that's what's going to be interesting now to see what the final chapters for their creative writing holds. How about Quaker Valley? I'll give them an A in woodshop. Because when you look at it, all the pieces were there when Jerry Vecchio took over as coach just before the season. Pieces like Ricky Gus at quarterback and Isaiah McNair at receiver. And Vecchio, his team took those pieces, put together, and built something pretty special there. You know, kind of reminds me of the footstool I made back in junior high. He put it together and made a pretty good team out of it. How about in 2A then?
2A, 1A, they're quarterfinals. They're not semifinals tonight.
Right. Steel Valley, I'm going to give them an A in chemistry because this is a team that had to replace a number of really good players from last year.
True.
They graduated Paris Ford, Dwayne Murray, but they came back this year, and you look at what they've done, still undefeated.
Not as dominant, but...
No, but they've found the pieces and the chemistry, and they've put it together, and they haven't lost a game now in more than 2 years. Another one in AA, I'll give it to Washington. How about an A in driver's education?
Ooh, okay.
The driver's ed here, and my reasoning is this. Washington ran into trouble last year on the road to Robert Morris. And I think, though, when you look at them, this is a team this year that kind of found the way, and they look like a team that can find their way to Robert Morris. And they've been a top 3 seed 3 of the last, I think now this is 4 years.
4 years,
they've been a top 3 seed, and they haven't made it to the championship. But I think this year, see if they can find their way to drive to Robert Morris.
They'll avoid those detours and exits and try to finally get to Joe Walton Stadium.
Yeah. And an A in algebra to Cardinal World North Catholic. There was a lot of adding and subtracting with this team since last season.
That's true.
Players transferred, coach was replaced. But first-year coach Pat O'Shea, he seems to have solved the formula here. So they get an A in algebra.
Finally, one more, Class 1A.
I'm going to give an A in geology to California. Geology, because when you look at all the teams in the WPIAL, I don't know if there's any team who likes the ground more than California does. I mean, they got a 260-pound running back in Jelani Stafford. They lead the WPIAL in scoring at 53 points a game. but they run the ball. They don't throw it. They stick to the ground, and it's worked really well for them this year.
Plus, you could say a lot of folks are digging the Trojans this year.
You could.
Yeah, you could.
You could.
But we might edit that part out. All right. Mr. Harlan, thank you very much.
Hey, thank you.
We'll look ahead to the road to Hershey over the next couple of weeks. Enjoy the second half of the game you are listening to. And we appreciate the fine folks at Gateway Health for sponsoring the halftime show here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Hi, Westmoreland County football fans. This is Chad Ammon, president of the Westmoreland County Chamber of Commerce. At the Chamber, we open doors for businesses every day, providing our members with the tools, programs, and opportunities they need to grow. By helping our county businesses reach their goals, our community's overall quality of life is enhanced. Call 724-834-2900 or visit westmorelandchamber.com for your company to become a member of the Chamber of Commerce. The Westmoreland County Chamber of Commerce, building business, connecting communities, and empowering people.
Penn-Trafford kicker punter Nicholas Terbra, and this is Westmoreland Sports Network.
Back on the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Halftime between Penn-Trafford and Upper St. Clair. Class 5A semifinals. Warriors again on top by 21. A 1-yard Cam LaFoon touchdown run, a 24-yard Caleb Lisbon touchdown run, and a 33-yard Cam Suman interception return for a touchdown, and that's what has Penn-Trafford on top by 3 scores. Gave you a brief overview of the Penn-Trafford stats before we went to our halftime show, taking a more in-depth look. Warriors with 192 yards of total offense, 68 through the air. LaFoon 6 of 7, all 68 of those yards. Suman and George each with a pair of catches on the ground. John Gay 10 for 40, Caleb Lisbon 3 for 40, and Cam LaFoon 9 for 39. And I think you mentioned it on one occasion in that opening half, Sean, that that's exactly the type of balance that Penn-Trafford strives for, and they showed it in that first half. There's no question.
Yeah, they're extremely hard to prepare for when you have multiple guys touching the ball and in multiple ways. A lot of guys, doing different things, and the three-headed monster running the ball along with all the guys that touch the ball receiving. It's definitely it's a problem for defensive coaches to try to figure out who's got the ball and in what sets.
Yeah, no question. And when you look at these two teams, a bit similar in a sense that they have a lot of balance offensively. 3 guys with 17 or more catches coming in for the Panthers. Of course, you've got a dual-threat quarterback, and then McClendon as well, who coming in had run for more than 750 yards. So a lot of guys on that side of the ball that can get it done, but that Penn-Trafford defense has just been a bit stronger here tonight. Want to update you on the game on the other side of the bracket. McKeesport and Gateway, 2 Big East foes for Penn-Trafford. It is 7-0 Gateway on top over McKeesport at the half, so we'll keep you updated on that one. Elsewhere in Westmoreland County, 12-7 Rochester up on the Jeanette Jayhawks with 1:12 to play in the first half there. A couple other scores around the WPIAL. California leads Union 22-13 as California looks to stay unbeaten. Amani Christian 6, Our Lady of Sacred Heart nothing. That one at the half. Clairton 19, Carmichael's nothing. And I believe that's the end of the out-of-town scores here on our halftime show as we wrap it up and get you set for kickoff here in half number 2. And Coach Render in that Sean, in that locker room, what do you say to your team to try to get something going really here and try to start cutting into this lead?
Yeah, first drive you want to come out, just work your way down the field. One drive at a time, one opportunity at a time. You get the ball, bring it down the field, get a score, then let the defense come out. But it's just one possession at a time. You can't rush, can't get it all back at one time. Just work our way back into the game. And for PT, status, just keep working what they're doing. Status quo. They're playing efficient football. Continue that into the second half, and they'll be back at Hines.
Warriors looking to get back for second time in 3 years as Tarabella gets things started. And look out as that one had some backspin on it, and wisely there for Upper St. Clair. It looked like it was Sapolio who was able to fall on the football before a Penn-Trafford player could get too close.
Third downs in the first half. Warriors were 4 for 5, 80% in the first half. USC 2 for 5, 40% in the first half. Also, Warriors were 0 for 1 on fourth down. And that was that fourth down stop down at the 1. And USC set 1st and 10.
Yeah, those third downs a big part of that first half, no question. So, first down here. The give is to Sapolio on that jet sweep. He starts one way, goes the other, and Penn-Trafford all over that. Cardiff is able to finish him off, and a big loss for the Panthers on first down.
Yeah, they went with that reverse play with a double pull, and Will Mayer read that the whole time, got into the backfield, almost blew it up. The Cardiff comes down and finishes it off, but a nice job by the Warriors on first down.
All the way back to the 14-yard line, so a loss of 9 yards. Second down coming here. Hansberry to throw. A little hitch route there. Catch is made by Jesse Farah, and Cam Suman is able to take Farah down as Farah gets up to around the 21-yard line, but still going to be third down and long here for Upper St. Clair.
Yeah, little hitch play there just to get a few yards back, get it back to 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11 here, but still, this isn't what you wanted to see on third down to start the second half.
Third down. Yeah, no question there. Not an easy way to get things started with that big loss on first down. Hansberry in the gun. Takes the snap, and he's going to keep it. Tries to go right up the middle, and Penn-Trafford all over that. Matt Wilkie and Jake Cardiff there waiting for him, and the punt team will have to come out here for the Panthers.
Yeah, quick little quarterback draw, and that time nowhere to run. Nice job by the front three for the Penn-Trafford Warriors, and then the linebackers come up and clean it up.
A gain of just a yard there for Hansberry. So Sapolio out to punt it away. Much better second time around here. Bounces on the Penn-Trafford side of the field and takes an Upper St. Clair roll down to the 40-yard line, and the Penn-Trafford offense back onto the field. First time here in this second half.
Yeah, good punt that time. Definitely don't want to make a habit of the 4-yard punts. So it was nice to get it out of the end a little bit, but Warriors start at their own 40. Good field position to start their first drive.
And they started out with a great opening drive on offense in the first half, and it's certainly great to get a 3-and-out for the Warriors on the first defensive drive as Caleb Lisbon comes in. Will take the direct snap here on first down. Starts right, cuts left, and nice pickup up to the 47-yard line. So Lisbon makes it a second down and 3, and we've seen him 3, 4, 5 times already in that formation.
Yeah, we could see a steady dose of that here in the second half. Work the clock, get the yards they need. They're getting 4, 5, 6, 7 yards a pop on that play. Working that quick little zone play, direct snap, and now it gives them a nice 2nd and 4.
Ball just on the Penn-Trafford side of the 50, and here's Lisbon again. First down into Upper St. Clair territory to the 45, pickup of 8, and Penn-Trafford first down of the second half.
Yeah, Lisbon had 3 carries for 41 yards and a touchdown in the first half. And he's starting off with a nice couple gains here to start the second half.
5 carries, 55 yards, which is right about his average, 11 yards a carry coming in. And he'll get the call again on first down off the left side. Tries to slice through a couple defenders, and another big pickup there, 9 yards, as that Penn-Trafford offensive line continues to roll.
Yeah, offensive line doing a nice job. They're continuously getting to the second level, forcing the safeties to come up, and the safeties are sitting back, not coming up, filling the alleyway, and it's getting big gains for the Warriors, 6, 7, 8 yards a clip.
Man, what a luxury to have a guy going to Akron that started the year playing both ways, and Logan Hawkins, and he comes back from injury, and you can just save him for defense and a couple here and there at that H-back position. As LaFoon's going to throw here on second and short. Wide open, Cam Suman makes the man miss at the 20, and dragging tacklers with him to the 10-yard line. 26-yard pickup, and the Warriors knocking on the door again.
RPO play that the Warriors like so much. They'll fake that zone read and get it down to Suman down the middle. You know, they've hit that many times this year, and that time it works again, getting the Warriors down to first and goal.
Just talking about that before the broadcast today, how often the Warriors have been able to hit that play. And they did it again there. So first down and goal at the 10. Lisbon is the running back here. Pistol formation. LaFoon takes the snap, and he's able to get around the defender who got in the backfield quickly there. That was Jake Slinger. Good job by Lisbon to help out there just to get LaFoon back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Slinger coming on the blitz that time, and he got into the backfield quick, blowing up that play. Looks like the receivers coming back in for the Warriors. And Wilkie out.
Yeah, Servone and Stifler coming back into the game for Penn-Trafford here. Lisbon once again. The deep back. Second and goal here as they motion Lisbon out. LaFoon's going to keep it off the left side. Gets inside the 5, loses the football. There's a pal up near the 7-yard line.
I think the Warriors got that back.
George is pointing the Penn-Trafford way, and the Warriors do come up with the football. See if we can catch who fell on it. As LaFoon got to about the 5 before it came out. And
might have been LaFoon.
I think LaFoon somehow gets up and gets back to it.
Nice play call with the quarterback counter there, and was able to get upfield, but got ball security has to be main priority right now down inside the 10. Third down for the Warriors.
Third and goal from the 8. Warriors up 21, closing in on 6 minutes to play. Third quarter, LaFoon into the end zone, man wide open, touchdown, Caleb Lisbon. Cam LaFoon to Caleb Lisbon from 8 yards out, and it is 27-0 Penn-Trafford.
Nice little quick arrow route by Lisbon there. LaFoon had a nice time in the pocket, stood there, was able to see him break on into the flat, and got the pass for the touchdown. Lisbon having a nice night with now a touchdown receiving and a touchdown rushing.
First catch of the night for Lisbon, and it goes for 6 as Tarabrella on to attempt the extra point. Plenty of leg behind that, and it is up and good. Penn-Trafford 28-0. The Warriors on top. 6:15 to go, third quarter. Back with the kickoff in a moment on the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Number 9 back there also, Jesse Farrell.
28-0 Penn-Trafford on top as Tarabrella kicks off. Going to be fielded by Jesse Farah, and Farah takes it out over the 25-yard line to the 27, and the Upper St. Clair offense back on the field, down 4 scores.
Nice job on the kick team there, getting down, keeping the USC offense inside the 30 to start off. Like we talked at halftime, not the first drive USC wanted, and then the defense coming out and not doing a good job stopping that Warrior offense. Warrior offense clicking on all cylinders tonight.
Yeah, no questions. 4 drives, 3 touchdowns, and the one time they didn't score stopped inside the 1 on a 4th and goal. Here's Hansberry to go deep on first down, and a pass is just over the head of Cam Suman, the closest guy to it. Pass was intended for Sapolio down that right sideline.
Nice coverage there by Suman. See a good time there for Hansberry to get the ball off. Just threw a little too far, and Suman almost got that.
Yeah, couldn't quite get up high enough. The 2nd and 10 now. Ball still at the 27-yard line. Hansberry to throw again. And that pass is going to be incomplete off the hands of Pantelis. And Cam LaFoon over there. George Wilkie all in the general area for Penn-Trafford.
Another high throw tonight. Hansberry just off tonight on his quick throws. The hitches, slants, all been high tonight. Not getting him down to give his receivers a chance to make a play.
It did look like it was Dimitri George closest on the coverage there. And it's going to be a draw play here. Not a draw play, but a handoff on 3rd down and 10. And Upper St. Clair is able to pick up 12 yards as McClendon gets the 1st down, and it's a big play for the Panthers.
Yeah, quick hitter there. Looked like a draw play coming. But definitely what the Warriors weren't expecting there, but they're able to get the 1st down. More of a power there with the guard pulling to the front side. They were able to get the 1st down.
So Upper St. Clair keeps this 2nd drive of the 2nd half alive. Hansberry back to pass. Plenty of time. Now he's going to run with it. Right up the gut and dive forward to the 44-yard line. Matt Wilkie in on the stop for Penn-Trafford. 5-yard pickup for Hansberry on 1st down.
By the time they moved McClendon out, and now the all vertical routes by the receivers, clearing out. Backers did a nice job coming up and getting Hansberry. All he did was see them getting to their drops. They cleared out, and he tucked it and went upfield. But backers do a nice job coming up. Wilkie with a nice tackle.
2nd down and 5 from the Upper St. Clair 44. Hansberry to pass again. Pressure and just a bit too tall again, looking for Pantelis, and Dimitri George on the coverage once again for Penn-Trafford.
Yeah, his quick throw's just not on tonight. All have sailed on him. Yeah. That good time in the pocket to be able to get that off. Just sailed on him again. Just having a tough night getting those balls out there.
Yeah, 5 for 10 for 37 yards and an interception to this point for Hansberry. As he sends Kissinger in motion. And Hansberry is going to give off to McClendon up the middle, picks up 2 yards, but it was 3rd and 5, so that's going to set up a 4th down for Upper St. Clair.
That was Upper St. Clair's 8th try. They're now 3 for 8. Last few times USC's had a 3rd down, they pass on 1st and 2nd down, and then they ran on 3rd down the last few possessions. A little bit of a trend that the Warriors are picking up on.
Yeah, didn't get it done there on that last occasion, and so Sapolio will come out to punt again for St. Clair, trailing by 4 scores. Good punt this time by Sapolio. Fair catch called for by Cervone at the 22-yard line, and Penn-Trafford back on offense here.
Another possession for the Warriors. They've done a great job tonight. Each time they got the ball, sustaining a drive. Good keeping the time of possession. I'm sure if we had a time of possession, it would be heavily in favor of the Warriors tonight.
Yeah, there's no question about it. As you said, they've been able to move it on every single drive. First down and 10, Penn-Trafford. Ball at the 22-yard line. Warriors up 28-0. LaFoon takes the snap. Going to pass on 1st down. Has Cervone open on the near side. And he gets out to the 35-yard line before he's driven backwards by Kissinger. Nice night for Kissinger here tonight, in on a number of stops for that Upper St. Clair defense.
Upper St. Clair in 4-3 cover 2. That time 4 wide receivers for PT. All they did was take the number 1 receiver to the near side here and just dipped him over top of the defender. Too far for the safety to get over, and a big completion for 1st down.
Second catch for Cervone. 9th completion for LaFoon. He's 9 of 10 for 116 yards as Gay gets the carry off the left side. Flag flies as Gay gets out to the 41-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup initially, but
could be a hold.
We'll have to check the marker here.
Little habeas corpus there. But the Warrior offensive line getting down on the second level real fast. You know, linebackers not having a chance, and then the safeties are coming up, and they're just stopping when they get up. They're not coming all the way up. They're not filling that alleyway, and it's giving huge run lanes for the Warriors to get upfield.
And it is going to be a holding call here on Penn-Trafford. So the Warriors will go backwards, and we'll do it again. It'll be a much longer first down. .340 and counting here, third quarter. Penn-Trafford leads Upper St. Clair 28-0 in the Class 5A semifinals. LaFoon motions Gay out of the backfield, fumbles the football initially, is able to keep it and keep his balance, but Roush is right there to bring him down for another loss. Play that started at the 31, and they're going to mark him down at the 27-yard line.
One of the few mistakes that we've seen tonight. Just a bad snap. H-back's coming back in here. Lisbon back in.
3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Second down and 19 here for Penn-Trafford.
Score update, Wash High 47, East Allegheny 7.
Looks like the little Prexies will stay unbeaten in Class 2A. The number 2 seeded team in that bracket as Lisbon scoots forward to pick up about 4 or 5 yards.
Not good news for our Dom's Pizzeria tonight.
You can see head coach John Ruane there on the sidelines, as we said, in his 8th season as head coach after 9 as an assistant at Gateway. 9-5 in the playoffs, and looks well on his way to 10-5, barring a big comeback here by Upper St. Clair. And Penn-Trafford is going to take a timeout here. We will as well. 28-0. Penn-Trafford leads it. 1:57 to go, third quarter. It's the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Give your taste buds a taste of Italy by biting into a slice of pizza at Dom's Pizzeria in Trafford. Voted by the readers of the Tribune Review as the best pizza in Trafford, Dom offers 17 unique toppings for you to choose from. Also try Dom's specialty pizzas, all made with 100% olive oil. Dom's Pizzeria also has wings, hoagies, calzones, wraps, and pasta, all at affordable prices. Eat in or take out, and we deliver. Call 412-372-DOMS. Cabot Avenue in Trafford, and a proud sponsor of tonight's Warrior Player of the Game.
The Manor Valley Golf Course in Export is proud to announce the opening of their new banquet facility. It's perfect for sports banquets, Christmas parties, and weddings. This new facility can hold up to 180 people, so if you have an event coming up, Manor Valley Golf Course can host it. Golfers, they specialize in league play, fundraising outings, and have great membership rates. Give them a call at 724-744-4242 or online at manorvalleygc.com.
Cam LaFoon going deep down the center of the field on third down and 13, but the pass is going to be incomplete, intended for Dimitri George over the middle of the field. And for the first time tonight, the punt team out for Penn-Trafford.
Yeah, nice. It's just a little underthrown to George. He had a step on Farrer out there. Just hung it up, and a nice job by LaFoon to stand in the pocket and let it fly just a little short. And the Warriors punting for the first time.
Good angle there as you see George almost made the catch. Shout out to Dave Oliverio, Matt Johns, our camera crew tonight. Not a warm night to be out there manning the camera, so we certainly appreciate their work here on the network. As
great job.
Tarabella's punt is down about the 44-yard line, in the Upper St. Clair offense back on the field. .147 now to play in the third quarter.
So we noticed on the last possession, well, the last couple of possessions, the PT giving Gay giving Gay a little bit of a break, John Gay a break today offensively here in the second half. He's just playing on defense.
And carry here by McClendon. McClendon's able to pick up about 4 yards on first down. And there's our camera crew. Hey, thanks for the work out there. It's much appreciated.
Doing a great job.
The thumbs up out there from Matt Johns. Or Dave Oliverio, excuse me. It's hard to see with the mask they're donning tonight. Or at least Dave is down in the end zone to our right. As Hansberry on the carry. Needed about 6 for the first down and got just about that. So Upper St. Clair moves the chains here late, inside a minute to play third quarter.
There's the quarterback outside zone. There's our other cameraman.
There's Matt Johns. Little love for both of our cameramen as I was driving in. We were already in the 20s at kickoff, and I think we've dropped since. So 4 for McClendon and about 6 for Hansberry on the first 2 plays for the Panthers. And Upper St. Clair 1st and 10 from the Warriors 46. Pass play on first down, complete to Kyle on the near side. And there's Gay, as Sean mentioned, on the defensive side on the stop for Penn-Trafford.
Yeah, giving him a little break offensively, letting Lisbon carry the load. Lisbon not out on defense too much, so let him play offense, let Gay play defense. But a little bobble there on the tackle from Gay. But going back to what you said about the weather, we got 23 degrees and real feel 19. So, yeah, definitely a cold night for the middle of November.
Yeah, I think the hardest part is that we were enjoying Friday nights in the 70s for a lot longer than we expected. As the third quarter comes to a close here, Penn-Trafford 28-0. The Warriors 12 minutes away from returning to Heinz Field. Back with the quarter in a moment, with the fourth quarter in a moment on the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Don't let this winter season take its toll on you. Let Level Green Plumbing and Heating help. Whether you're in need of a new heating system or just repair services or preventative maintenance, Level Green Plumbing and Heating skilled technicians can handle any job. Serving the Penn Township and surrounding area for over 30 years. It's Level Green Plumbing and Heating, Route 130 in Level Green. To find out how they can help you this winter, call 412-372-5544 or lgph.com. Go Warriors!
At Aesthetic Family Dental in Harrison City, our #1 priority is you, our patient. For the past 16 years, Aesthetic Family Dental has cared for our community by putting our patients first, and I'm proud to continue that tradition. Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Hansen. I was born and raised in Westmoreland County and spent the last 5 years working locally in a private practice setting. At Aesthetic Family Dental, we provide many aspects of dentistry, such as crowns, root canals, bondings, white fillings, and dental cleanings. Come in and see us soon. And of course, go Warriors.
This is wide receiver Jake Brady. Thanks for tuning in to PT Football all season long on Westmoreland Sports Network.
McClendon on the carry for Upper St. Clair. First play of the fourth quarter, and he is slow to get up on the far side of the field, but he did pick up the first down as he was able to pick up 9 yards on that carry, Colin McClendon.
Yeah, nice outside zone there. Wide outside zone, getting it to the outside, getting a foot in the ground, getting upfield to get the first down. It's a couple times they've ran that play tonight. They've had success, just haven't seen it a whole lot.
And, of course, having to go to the air a bit more as things got a little bit worse for the Panthers, as here's Orsini on the carry. Picks up a couple of yards on first down before he meets a wall of Penn-Trafford defenders.
Warrior defense just swarming tonight all over. No, they definitely want to get this shutout going into the WPIAL Finals, 5A Finals.
And you mentioned last week, after really dominance for the first how many weeks, gave up 19, 27, and 21, so good to see them back on the right side defensively here. Long ball from Hansberry, and the pass is going to be intercepted by Dimitri George at the 5-yard line. And George returns it out to the 20. And that Penn-Trafford defense, we were just talking about him, turns the Panthers over once again.
Good job by Dimitri George. Wide receiver going on a corner route there, and he was able to step in front. Played it real nice to get in front for the pick. That's Dimitri George. He has 4 picks this year. They're doing a nice job. Caleb Lisbon also has 4 picks this year.
Penn-Trafford back on offense at its own 20-yard line. Lisbon in again at tailback, and he gets the handoff and drives forward to 24-yard line for 4. Second down and 6 coming as you see the replay of the interception here. Both Nedley and Mayer forcing Hansberry up in the pocket, and then George just able to go up and take it away from the receiver.
Yeah, nice job by George. Like we said, Caleb Lisbon, Dimitri George, both coming in with 4 picks this year. And that'll be Dimitri George's 5th interception of the year, doing a nice job this year at the corner position.
Leading receiver and certainly one of the keys, as you mentioned, on the edge on defense.
5'9", 170-pound junior.
As LaFoon takes the snap on second down, he'll keep it himself off that left side and pick up the first down up over the 30 to the 31. As I'm sure the Warriors would love one of those patented long drives that they started out the game with. Started out 15-play, 84-yard, 7-minute and 7-second drive to make it 7-0. As we've got an update from the Gateway McKeesport game. Gateway 14, McKeesport 8. 9 minutes, 21 seconds to go in the third quarter there. Of course, the winner in that game will take on the winner of this one here at Heinz Field next week.
Either way, it doesn't matter who. It'll be a big game.
Yeah, there's no question about that. As it looks like we're on our way to a Big East Conference showdown in that one, as Lisbon on the draw play gets stood up there by Roush and Greco.
Yeah, even though PT beat the Gators early in this year, if we get them again in the finals, that would be the true Big East title game.
That's right.
With the Whitfield title game, with both teams sharing the conference title.
That's right, and I have to imagine we wouldn't see 28-0 at Heinz Field if I had to guess the score of the first meeting between those two teams. Penn-Trafford coming out on the right end of that one. I'm sure that made it hard to see the shared conference crown, knowing that
absolutely
you won by that much in the regular season, but maybe they'll have an opportunity to prove it times 2 at Heinz Field as John Gay is back into the game on offense, and nice carry there, picking his way through some defenders up to the 37-yard line, pick up of about 12 to get a lot of that yardage back, and then some. As we've got Upper St. Clair player slow to get up in the middle of the field.
Yeah, if that were to be the final, we'll see how that turns out with Gateway and Keysport. That game always comes down to the wire, but you know, Gateway had 4 opportunities in the early 2000s, you know, that they were unsuccessful at. You know, plus they played 2 more times in the 80s, so I believe they're 1-5 in championship games. The Warriors are coming 0-2, so you know something has to give in that one. You know, and then McKeesport, if McKeesport were to make it, you know, they were just in last year. They nearly pulled that one out at the end, and you know they're always a top team, but you know just a great performance tonight by the Warriors. You know, they came out switching some things up with our new H-back, number 44. You know, Logan Hawkins playing a little H-back tonight, you know, and you know, the offensive line did such a good job when he was away, you know, being injured the last half of the year, that, you know, why mess up the continuity, be able to put him at H-back. It gives you 6 offensive linemen with him at H-back, you know.
That's a scary H-back
exactly.
Coming at you,
I imagine next week we might see a pass to the big fella, but we'll have to see.
They're down here, LaFoon to pass, and it's going to be incomplete as he had pressure in his face that time. And it looked like trying to catch the number there, as I believe that was Phil Elias back into the game. And we'll see it right here on the replay. And it was right in LaFoon's face.
Yeah, good pressure that time by USC. Getting in his face, disrupt the timing on the hitch route. You know, it's been a big play for the Warriors tonight, just getting that little dink pass, you know, to get a few yards, to get it set up on a third and short.
And snap over the head of Nick Tarabrella. He tries to track it down inside the 5. He's hit, and it's going to be down by Penn-Trafford, I believe. I think Cardiff might have fallen on it down at the 1-yard line, but of course Upper St. Clair now right on the doorstep.
Yeah, bad snap there. Too bad. Defense has to come out and try to hold this shutout. But, you know, just a bad snap there.
And we'll see who did fall on that football there. No, it was, excuse me, that was Harvey Roush who was able to fall on the football at the 1. And on 1st and goal from the 1, it's Hansberry taking it in from 1 yard out. And the Panthers on the board, 28-6. Penn-Trafford still on top.
Yeah, definitely something the defense is not going to want to put on, you know, their stat sheet that, you know, they allowed a touchdown, being that the ball got down to the 1 yard line with a bad snap. But, you know, those are the breaks. You know, defense has played well tonight. And Hansberry gets into the end zone tonight. And that is his 11th touchdown of the season. Nice job. Nice job this season for the 6'2", 210-pound senior quarterback.
And Sean Martin on to attempt the extra point. That is up and good. So the Panthers on the board, 28-7. Penn-Trafford still leads at 7:41 to play. Back in a moment on the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
For over 30 years, people have looked to us to be experts in orthopedic and sports physical therapy. And that is true. What a lot of people don't know is that we cover the gamut of age and condition to offer physical therapy in a number of different ways. We have specialists in hand therapy, concussion management, vestibular imbalance disorders, and total joint replacement. We transform lives every day.
Our focus is on your result. East Suburban Sports Medicine. Take it from me, Bill Hillgrove. It's the best care, hands down.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveSYou.
28-7 now, Penn-Trafford on top after Jack Hansberry takes it 1 yard for the Panthers, and
hands team out for Penn-Trafford.
Yeah, it looked like Upper St. Clair was initially set up for an onside kick. We'll see if they still try one here. And no, they're going to kick it deep. Be fielded by Gay back at the 15-yard line, and Gay will take it out to about the 35. So a 20-yard return there from John Gay, and the Penn-Trafford offense back on the field.
7 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
Warriors will get this one started 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Last drive, of course, set up to punt. Bad snap over the head of Nick Tarabrella, and Roush fell on it for Upper St. Clair to set up that Panthers touchdown. Warriors trying to make amends for that last drive and take some more time off the clock. And here's John Gay to the outside, and he'll get out close to the 43-yard line before he's taken down on the far side of the field by the senior Tom Kyle.
See, that's the advantage you have with Logan Hawkins being an H-back in the set now. They went with an unbalanced set, put him on the end, and just had 4 blockers on that side. 3 offensive linemen, 4 if you count Logan Hawkins, overloaded that side and went with the outside zone. Just a nice play call, nice setup, and a new wrinkle for the Penn-Trafford offense.
I'm sure other teams will look at it as if they needed a new wrinkle, but of course Coach Ruane will certainly take that as Suman comes in motion here on 2nd and 2. LaFoon cuts it all the way back across the field, and a lot of room to run down into Upper St. Clair territory. Falls at the 41-yard line. So a big pickup there on 2nd and 2.
Well, that time they wanted the quarterback zone to the left side. He seen it was piled up, so he cut back to the other. Logan Hawkins, Matt Wilkie on that side. Wilkie tries to get a hand on, but nice athleticism by LaFoon to cut it back. Wilkie out, Dimitri George in. Caleb Lisbon in. Looks like a little wildcat here.
Yeah, 16 yards for LaFoon on that run. He checks out.
Number 10, Caleb Lisbon in the lineup.
And Lisbon will look to take the direct snap here in the pistol with Gay behind him. Gay now motions out of the backfield, and Lisbon will keep it, cut up inside, and get down inside the 35-yard line to about the 34. Nice pickup again on first down out of that same formation for Penn-Trafford.
This formation, this was a formation that West Allegheny, started about 4 or 5 years ago. Getting a lot of different players to touch the football, able to run different sets, and it's trickled down through the WPIAL, and a lot of teams using it. And Coach Ruane doing a real nice job of mixing into players, getting a lot of touches, and being able to run the same play, but run it out of different formations and different ways to do it. Just very creative.
And Lisbon in at that position again, takes the snap, cuts it up, room to run. First down and more, cuts to the outside, switches hands, inside the 10, can he get to the pylon? He does, touchdown Penn-Trafford. Caleb Lisbon from 35 yards, and the Warriors on top 34-7.
This is zone play to the left side. He's seen the cutback and got into it. You see on the replay here, Suman comes across, sets up outside zone to the left side. He sees that cutback lane and gets into it. And a great cut right there to get to the sideline. When he gets out in space, there's not a lot of people that can catch him. Definitely a lot of exciting times ahead for Caleb Lisbon, a 5'11", 190 sophomore.
No question about it as Tarabrella tacks on the extra point. Penn-Trafford, after giving up first score of the game, comes back and responds 35-7. The Warriors lead it, 5:14 to go. It's the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
AstroTurf, a pioneer in sports surfacing, proudly supports high school athletics. Visit one of their 280 fields in the tri-state area to see their cutting-edge technology. AstroTurf's focus on R&D enables them to provide innovative surfaces that protect athletes and stand the test of time. AstroTurf now propels performance with iconic turf fields and legendary record tan tracks. They manufacture, build, and maintain a full range of turf and track systems for total quality control. Learn more at astroturf.com.
I'm Penn-Trafford head coach John Ruane, and this is the Westmoreland Sports Network.
$35-7. Penn-Trafford on top. 5:14 to go in the fourth quarter. Warriors seem to be on the brink of a trip to Heinz Field as Tarabrella has it teed up and kicks it off. Sapulia will take it at the 9 for Upper St. Clair, and he'll advance it out close to the 33-yard line for the Panthers. And we've got an update from the McKeesport game. The Tigers recover an onside kick and score on the next play, but after a missed extra point, 14-13, Gateway still on top.
We saw those missed extra points when the Warriors played McKeesport a couple weeks ago. Definitely that same problem rearing its ugly head tonight for the Tigers.
No question, and you can only imagine what that would feel like if that ends up being the difference. Again, the winner of that Gateway McKeesport game will play Penn-Trafford as long as the Warriors can hang on here late. Hansberry goes deep over the middle, and it's Kissinger trying to make an adjustment on the ball and make the catch, but he cannot quite do it. Lisbon on the coverage there, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Hansberry does a nice job on the play action there. Fools everybody. Lisbon seen Kissinger sneaking out of the backfield and got back in a hurry, but overran him, and Kissinger almost came back to make the play, but 2nd down for the Panthers.
That's one thing that Coach Ruane talked about in his pregame interview, just the deep balls, the post, the big plays that Hansberry's had through the air, but fortunately for Penn-Trafford, defense has been able to keep that from happening for the most part here. Is Hansberry on the ground. This time loses the football. A couple players diving for it, but Upper St. Clair will recover at the 39-yard line. So Hansberry had picked up right around 5 yards and then fumbled it forward, and the Panthers keep the ball.
Yeah, I definitely hope he's getting a couple looks at the next level. 6'2", 210-pound senior. He's got nice form. He's a good-looking, tall quarterback, can throw a good ball. Definitely hope we can get a couple looks at the next level.
He hands it off this time, and McClendon with room to run into Penn-Trafford territory and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So a 15-yard pickup, and on 3rd down, Upper St. Clair moves the chains.
Nice play that time for USC. Nice gain there on 3rd down. 3rd down conversions have gotten a little bit better here in the second half.
Again, Penn-Trafford in its 4th semifinal game in the last 5 years. Warriors will advance to Heinz Field for the 2nd time. Of course, they were there back in 2015, the loss to Central Catholic in the title game, as the pass is complete to Tom Kyle. And Kyle goes out of bounds after a 4-yard pickup. And it'll be the Warriors' first time in the Class 5A championship, of course, 2nd year of the classification.
That time, nice throw there by Hansberry to get that pass right on the sideline there. Nice throw, nice catch. That's the type of throws he can make. Except good-looking quarterback. He's doing a good job just running up against a very tough defense here tonight.
Again, 4-yard pickup on that play. So 2nd and 6, look out. Pressure coming from Cardiff. Hansberry gets away initially, but Mayer is able to drag him down from behind after a pickup of 1. A good hustle by both Cardiff and Mayer on that one.
Cardiff doing a nice job filling in for the injured Dom Rosso. He's come in, not missed a beat, and he's doing a heck of a job at the linebacker spot. A nice pressure that time, and Will Mayer doesn't quit on his pursuit. He's always coming down the line, always finishing plays, and does a nice job, and he gets a lot of tackles because of it. He comes into the game here, with 51 tackles and 1 sack. Does a nice job at the defensive end spot.
Gosh, doesn't it seem like he's had more than that? Hard to believe he's just had 1. I'm sure he's caused a lot more than that.
Right.
As Hansberry throws too tall, intended for Kyle on the far side. Gay and Suman in the area for Penn-Trafford. And that'll bring up 4th down for Upper St. Clair.
That's one spot in Hansberry's game he'll need to look at in the offseason. He can throw the ball like on that sideline on those out passes. He can put them right there. But the hitches, the slants, they've been sailing on him a lot tonight, and that just comes down to form, technique. Definitely has to work on that in the offseason. 4th down here for USC.
4th and 5 at the Penn-Trafford 40. 35-7. Penn-Trafford leads it. Hansberry takes the snap, option play to the left. Hansberry's going to keep it, picks up the 1st down, and falls forward at the 29-yard line. So pickup of 11 on 4th and 5, and the Panthers keep this drive alive.
Yeah, speed option that time to the outside, and he didn't have anything on the pitch, was able to put his foot in the ground and get upfield.
Cam Suman on the tackle for Penn-Trafford. You can see there Anthony Cervone in as well. 18-7, Rochester over Jeanette. 4:49 left in the 3rd quarter there. So the Jayhawks in trouble in Class 1A in the quarterfinals. Hansberry back to pass. Pressure coming from Nedley. Wide open across the middle is Colin McClendon, and a touchdown for Upper St. Clair. 29 yards for the Panthers, and a busted coverage there in the secondary for Penn-Trafford.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the pass routes that Coach Ruane talked about in the pregame. Didn't want to let up those post pass. He's real good at getting those passes out there, and that time they were able to sneak free for the touchdown.
McClendon's first catch on the night. It's a big one, 29 yards. And the extra point is up and good for Martin. And so Upper St. Clair cuts into the lead, but it's still 35-14. Penn-Trafford on top. 2:42 to go in this one. Back with the kick in a moment on the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hi, Westmoreland County football fans. This is Chad Ammon, president of the Westmoreland County Chamber of Commerce. At the Chamber, we open doors for businesses every day, providing our members with the tools, programs, and opportunities they need to grow. By helping our county businesses reach their goals, our community's overall quality of life is enhanced. Call 724-834-2900 or visit westmorelandchamber.com for your company to become a member of the Chamber of Commerce. The Westmoreland County Chamber of Commerce, building business, connecting communities, and empowering people.
This is Penn-Trafford second baseman Avery Wayne, and you're watching Westmoreland Sports Network.
(35-14), Penn-Trafford on top. Just 2:45 to play in this one. Upper St. Clair with an 8-play, 67-yard drive and just under 2:30 to cut into that big Penn-Trafford advantage, but still a long way to go for the Panthers with just 2:42 to play.
Yeah, that time he just snuck out of the backfield down the middle of the field. Able to get it deep ball downfield. I think we're going to see that onside kick this time.
That certainly looks that way. Sean Martin has it teed up. Now he's going to switch sides and pop it up into the air, and Cam LaFoon wisely calls for a fair catch inside his own 40-yard line, makes the play, and quarterback, linebacker, holder does just about everything for this Penn-Trafford team, and makes a play there that with a couple of first downs will hopefully do it for the Warriors.
That's a scary play. Definitely got to make sure he's waving his hand. Don't want to see him take a shot trying to catch a fly ball there on that play.
2:41 to go. Penn-Trafford takes over at its own 38-yard line. Count them up, about 100. Well, not long left before the Warriors can try to punch their ticket to Heinz Field. John Peduzzi into the game for the first time, and they'll carry it out to the 46-yard line. Nice pick up about 8 yards for Peduzzi. First time in the backfield, I should say.
Yeah, nice to see Peduzzi getting some carries. Remember the beginning of the year back Norwin, also Connellsville. It was Gay, Peduzzi, a little bit of Lisbon. But with Lisbon turning it on and really becoming that sophomore stud out there, it's hard to keep him off the field offensively. So that took a little bit of the role away from Peduzzi. But he's a team player and he does what he needs to do. And comes out and gets the call, does the job whenever he gets the call. Nice carry for him.
And he is the running back again here on 2nd and 2. And he'll get the call from LaFoon. Starts left, cuts up a bit, picks up the first down. Needed 2, got 3. And the Warriors will move the chains again, and barring a few timeouts from Upper St. Clair, they might be able to run a good bit of this clock off.
Yeah, definitely. Want to work that clock away.
You can see the Penn-Trafford cheerleaders on the track here at Titan Stadium as Penn-Trafford in the victory formation here in the semifinals. As Cam LaFoon will take a knee. Brady Walker, a 2-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion, no good. Gateway 20, McKeesport 14. 29 seconds left in the third there. And here, it's Penn-Trafford. Maybe one kneel down away from being able to salt this one away.
One thing we didn't get a chance to say, we want to congratulate the Penn-Trafford lady soccer team on their WPIAL championship last weekend. Now we get to see a second WPIAL championship next weekend with the Warrior football team. It's an exciting time in the Penn-Trafford School District.
No question, the final kneel down, and that's going to do it. 22 seconds to run off the clock here, but the celebration will commence here for Penn-Trafford. As you can see, the players starting to go through the handshake lines, but congratulating themselves initially as the final couple of seconds tick off the clock, and Penn-Trafford will win this one 35-14, and the Warriors are headed back to Heinz Field.
The Warriors are going to go back to Heinz Field. This will be their third trip to the finals. They went 97 and lost to this Upper St. Clair team 28-27. And then a few years ago, 2 years ago, playing Pittsburgh Central Catholic at Heinz Field and dropping a heartbreaker down there. And now they get another chance. Like we said earlier, this will be the third trip for the Warriors. Coach Urain and staff, this will be his sixth trip to the finals. Looking to get that first one. And boy, does this look like the team that can do it. But whoever they play will be a tough out.
Yeah,
for sure.
there's no
That's
question.
going to be another battle, another war.
At 28-0 in the first game against Gateway won't mean anything if it's the Gators next week. And of course, if it's McKeesport, that last game of the regular season, what a thriller that was. The Tigers 27-24 winners, the only team to beat Penn-Trafford so far this season. Warriors improved to 11-1 overall. Upper St. Clair, by the way, ends its season at 8-4 overall. As you can see, the players finishing the handshake line and coming over to celebrate on the near side of the field. The Warriors, again, 35-14 winners here in the WPIAL semifinals. Penn-Trafford will advance to Heinz Field next week and await the winner of McKeesport and Gateway. Number 6 versus number 2 still going on at Norwin High School right now. And of course, it's going to be, regardless of who wins that one, an all Big East Conference final. And we thought maybe we could even have 4 teams in the semifinals from the Big East Conference. It was close.
Very
Franklin
close.
came up just short. 6-3 losers against this Upper St. Clair team last week, but Penn-Trafford on its way to Heinz Field next week.
Yeah, just like we said, with the lady soccer team winning the WPIAL championship a week ago, and now the Warrior football team making it. Just an exciting time in the Penn-Trafford School District. The athletic program just doing a great job under Carrie Hetrick. Definitely getting the right coaches here and the right athletes we have in the system.
Yeah, no question. And head coach John Ruane improves to 10-5 in the playoffs. And we mentioned that head coach Jim Render for the Panthers would have won 400 if he could have got the WPIAL championship this year. Head coach John Ruane will get to 70 in his time as a head coach if the Warriors can pull it off next week. But we're going to step aside when we come back. We will break this one down, give you the rundown of the scoring, and also name our Dom's Pizzeria player of the game. Again, it's the Westmoreland Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Back in a moment.
This is no ordinary university. This is a place where learning is transformed, where students come to advance as artists, as entrepreneurs, as individuals who will make a difference. This is technology in the service of teaching, a window to a world of possibilities. This is Seton Hill University, and it's all within your reach. This is the way up.
Want to know where the top area student athletes are heading to play after high school? All the information you need is on our Westmoreland County College Commitment page. The page features a list of current Westmoreland County high school athletes that have committed to play a sport at the next level. From football to basketball to swimming, from Division I to Division III, Our college commitment page has you covered. Check it out now on westmorelandsports.com.
Trib Live has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment, lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
This is kicker punter Josh Conkus. Thanks for tuning into PT football all season long on Westmoreland Sports Network.
$35-14, Penn-Trafford wins it. You can see the Warriors celebrating at the end of this one. Penn-Trafford on its way to Heinz Field next week against the winner of McKeesport and Gateway. By the way, about 9 minutes left in that one. McKeesport has just scored. Leighton Jordan with a touchdown, 21-20. The Tigers on top there. We probably won't have a final for you before we go off air, but stay tuned, and it'll be Penn-Trafford against one of those two Big East Conference teams next week. But let's take a quick look at the scoring rundown from this one. Again, Penn-Trafford got things started right away. A 15-play, 84-yard drive. Cam LaFoon capped that one off after 7+ minutes with a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Warriors, after the Nick Tarabrella extra point, had a 7-0 lead. Then it was an Upper St. Clair punt and another Penn-Trafford touchdown drive. 9 plays, 68 yards, and 409. And a 24-yard Caleb Lisbon touchdown run put the Warriors up 14-0. Cam Suman added a key 33-yard interception return for a touchdown with just really moments remaining in the first half. That put the Warriors up 21-0, and you can see the Caleb Lisbon touchdown run in the first half. And here's the interception return for a touchdown by Cam Suman. Picked it off and then ran all the way across the field, got down to about the 1 and had to fight through an offensive lineman, Phil Elias, the senior for Upper St. Clair. And
that play really changed the tide. USC got to stop, and then they were able to get the pick 6, and that just really turned it.
Yeah, it certainly did. I mean, that's a huge difference there. 14-0, or who knows, maybe 14-3, 14-7. Instead, it was 21-0, and Penn-Trafford comes out after the half, 3 and out by the defense, and then the Warriors turn it into a score, 8 yards. Cam LaFoon, you can see it right here, to Caleb Lisbon. 7-play, 60-yard drive. Tarabrella tacked on the extra point. It was 28-0, and really, at that point, it's certainly tough to come back from. And here's another big play by the Penn-Trafford defense. Dimitri George able to go up and intercept this pass from Jack Hansberry, rip it away from Tom Kyle, and you'll be able to see a good angle of it here as Hansberry rolled out and threw it right in the direction of our cameraman down in the right end zone. And nice job by George to rip it away there. And after that, Upper St. Clair got on the board for the first time. A bad snap on a punt over the head of Nick Tarabrella, and Hansberry, as you can see here, is able to take it in from 1 yard out to make it 28-7. But Penn-Trafford responded right away. 4 plays, 65 yards, and 221. And Caleb Lisbon, the final score for Penn-Trafford on the day, a 35-yard run, took the direct snap, and once he got into that second level, cut right, and it appeared that, on that play, it appeared that there were some defenders that had an angle at him, but just too much speed on the edge for Lisbon.
Yeah, he has great wheels. Once he gets into open space, it's tough to get him down. The super sophomore, does it again. Just a great game by Caleb Lisbon.
35-7, Penn-Trafford went up there. Upper St. Clair scored late, a 29-yard Hansberry to McClendon touchdown pass, and I believe that's the one that we're going to see right here, coming right at you. And you can see McClendon wide open in the middle of the field, and that was what capped the scoring after the Sean Martin extra point. 35-14 was the final, and for Penn-Trafford, really it was all about that start, and then the big play, of course, by Suman at the end of the first half, and a good start to the second half as well. And once they had that 28-0 advantage, it was going to be tough for the Panthers to come back at that point.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it was a big stop by USC. When the Warriors got down, they, stuffing them at the 1 yard line. They were starting to get a little bit of breathing room, and then the pick six by Cam Suman, really just put them up 21-0 at the half, and really changed the complexion of the game going in at halftime. And then, like you said, coming out at halftime and getting the stop and then scoring again. The Warriors were just clicking on all cylinders tonight, and it's going to be an exciting time. Look for the bonfires this week in Penn Township, and just an exciting week for the build-up to get to Heinz Field, and just very happy for this team, this coaching staff, this school district. We got another chance to get that title. That's been eluding the Warriors for many years. All the way back to the missed extra point back in '97. Against this USC team. So it's nice to get that opportunity, no matter who it's against. Gateway, McKeesport. It is what it is. You can make a storyline with each team. So
no question.
This is just a hard fought. Hats off to Upper St. Clair and Coach Render. They have a nice team over there, good looking team. They, like I said, that quarterback. I hope he gets an opportunity at the next level. He's a nice, good looking player. Has a good arm, just some accuracy things, but he's got the skills, to do it at the next level. But a good game by the Warriors in all three phases tonight, minus the snap over the head. We'll forget about that one.
I'm sure the coaching staff will find that and a few other things to pick on throughout the week.
Yep.
But that's the nature of the business there. But as you said, Penn-Trafford, 3 trips to the WPIAL championship game now after qualifying for this. Its third opportunity. Have not won the previous 2. Chance to change that here in 2017. A quick rundown of the statistical totals. 187 yards of total offense from Upper St. Clair. 63 yards rushing for Jack Hansberry to lead the way. 75 yards through the air. He was 8 of 16. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. 3 catches for Tommy Kyle to lead the way, receiving for Upper St. Clair. For Penn-Trafford, good balance again, 361 yards of total offense, 241 on the ground, 116 through the air. Cam LaFoon was 9 of 12 for those 116 yards. Cam Suman, 3 catches, 53 yards, and a pair of catches both for Anthony Servone and Dimitri George on the ground. Cam LaFoon, 14 carries, 59 yards. John Gay, 12 for 60. And then leading the way for Penn-Trafford, Caleb Lisbon, 11 carries, 109 yards, and 2 scores. He also caught a pass from 8 yards out for a touchdown. And congratulations go out to Caleb Lisbon. He is our Dom's Pizzeria player of the game. Dom's Pizzeria on Cavett Avenue in Trafford, voted best pizza in all of Westmoreland County by the readers of the Tribune Review. So congratulations to the sophomore. Great performance from him here tonight.
Yeah, super soft. He's been good all year. Definitely need a few more weeks. I know they want to get that WPIAL title, but I know they definitely want to keep going too. Get that WPIAL and keep going through the states and finish it off. On a high note there. But, just a great job by Caleb Lisbon, along with the rest of the Warriors this season.
Yeah, no question. Again, Penn-Trafford will take on either McKeesport or Gateway next week. McKeesport leading that one 21-20. McKeesport has just turned it over on downs at the Gateway 37, so the Gators take over down 1, just under 5 minutes to play in that one. And another Westmoreland County score, 18-15 Rochester over Jeanette at the end of the third quarter. But Jeanette with the ball, so the Jayhawks trying to come back in that one. Quarterfinals in Class 2A. But again, regardless of who Penn-Trafford will play next week, whether it's McKeesport or Gateway, we'll have an opportunity to bring that one to you here on the network, and excited to have the opportunity to do that. But that's just about going to do it for us here from Titan Stadium in West Mifflin. Sean, any final thoughts as we get set to sign off before Penn-Trafford heads to Heinz Field next week?
Just a great performance tonight by the Warriors. They definitely came out ready to go. Definitely wanted to punch their ticket and get down to Heinz Field. This is what it's all about, just getting into the playoffs and then, getting that opportunity to play at Heinz Field. And, the Warriors have done a great job all year, been ranked number one pretty much since the beginning of the year, after the first week. And, they've definitely, answered the bell every time this year. Had a little hiccup against McKeesport, but, maybe they'll get that opportunity again to make up for that one. But definitely a good season, and, had a lot of fun with you this year.
Hey, it has been a blast, no question about it. Unfortunately, I won't be around to help out with that broadcast next week at Heinz Field, but as I said, we'll certainly have that. And before we sign off here tonight, our producer tonight and owner of Westmoreland Sports Network, Dan Flickinger, with a message about next week.
Yeah, well, first of all, I just grabbed the crowd mic, and it is really cold. Sorry, guys, Matt and Dave. Oh, my gosh. We had so much cold gear with us. Or is it heat gear, I guess? One of the two.
However
Whatever works. It kept them warm. So we had all kind of stuff, battery-powered hand warmers, actual hand warmers. I don't know. I'm glad that they were able to stay warm as possible. We just want to let everybody know that for next week, the game is going to just be an audio broadcast because AT&T Sportsnet has the TV/video rights to all WPIAL championship games. The only thing that I haven't been able to look up, though, is I know that there are a couple of games that are going to be on tape delay on TV because of the fact that there is a Penguins game on that Saturday. So I'm really not sure if the 5A – I guess they haven't announced it yet, what time every classification is going to play. So, we may be the only live broadcast or, they may be having it on TV at the same time. So I'm really not sure about that. But we just wanted to let everybody know that. And thanks a lot for watching and listening. Our new partnership with the Trib Live High School Sports Network, we're able to broadcast playoff games now because of this partnership. And so I know that the network had some issues on their end with their server tonight, so I know that our broadcast is kind of going in and out for some folks. But again, thanks for watching. Congratulations to Penn-Trafford. And, Dave, I'm sorry that, you've been here, you did miss a couple of games, I guess, when you had to, go with Waynesburg University, do what you do. Of course, PT gets to Heinz Field. We can broadcast it. And, Dave, I'm sorry, man. I feel so bad.
It is rough.
At least it should be a fun trip for you guys, though.
It will. Yeah. I'll be in Madison, Wisconsin for Wisconsin-Michigan football game.
So that'll be cool.
It should be good stuff. But yeah,
Dave said send them the video feed, and he'll just do play-by-play from there. So
we can make it work.
Yeah, we can. We probably can, Dave. Let me go to work here and see what I can do.
That's right.
Thanks, guys. You did a great job. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, Dan, producer for tonight, and, of course, the owner of the Westmoreland Sports Network. Also, Kelly Nicely helping out, and our camera folks, Dave Oliverio and Matt Johns, as we mentioned throughout the broadcast, braving the elements here at West Mifflin tonight. Temperatures in the 20s, and it probably felt a little bit cooler than that. But that's going to do it for us here. For Sean Benjamin, I'm Dave Floyd saying so long from West Mifflin. Again, final score, Penn-Trafford 35 and Upper St. Clair 14. The Warriors advance to the WPIAL championship game for the third time in school history. Good night, everyone.